3, 2, 1.
Dang, Eric. Oh, is this thing on? Hi, I'm Jeff. Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
Hello there. This is General Kenobi. Hey, this is David from Black Squire Broadcast.
Hey, I'm Todd Freeman, also known as Toad.
Hey guys, Appleton for Collectibles here.
Well, hey, I'm Seth with Rose Squad Garage.
Hey, it's J2SO.
Hi, I am Mark. Welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
This is Joel Hossie at Hossie Customs.
Hi, I'm Jason.
Yo, this is Evan the Collector.
Yo, it's your man Flex, and you're watching the Spice Runners Lounge.
Hey, this is Brian from Brian Makes Dioramas, and you're watching the Spice Runners Lounge.
And you are watching the Spice Runners Lounge. And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
And you're watching Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
Join me and together we can rule the galaxy.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Hiya. What?
I got it in there. Welcome, everybody, to the Spice Runners Lounge, where we hang out and talk dang ferric. I'm your host, Eben the Collector, here, one of the funnest Star Wars shows in the universe. So, welcome, everybody, Friday night. I don't even know what episode this is, 160 something. So,
jeez,
66,
yeah.
right?
166.
166. I'll break 200 this year, maybe. If I show up to every week.
now the show can start.
But thanks for everybody who tunes in. Thank you for everybody who listens to us on Spotify. If you watch us on YouTube, you get to see the stuff that we're sharing. But thank you for those that provide comments through there. So today we have Trent Runion, Bespin guy, going to do his room tour. Been looking forward to this one.
Mm-hmm. Hey. Yeah. How's everybody?
Welcome, Trent.
Good to be on, y'all. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. And then before we go around the panel to catch up with everybody, let's see, it's Diana's birthday. So, Diana, a.k.a. Huntress Diana Skywalker, a.k.a. Liver Star, a.k.a. Daughter Dathomir. Happy birthday to all your handlers.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
She's one of our cheerleaders. So thank you for all that.
Mm-hmm.
So how's everybody doing? We got Scott back today. I don't think I've done the show in a minute, Scott. So
no, I have not. We talked briefly, like through text and stuff, through the last crazy ass months. But yeah, it's great to be here. I jumped in, was able to see J2SO, but my internet was crap that night. So at least hopefully you can see me somewhat clearly.
It looks good.
Yeah, you're coming through.
Yeah.
Good.
Good. Sounds good.
Yep, happy to be back. Yep, happy to be back. It's amazing to go through everything with it and to see what you guys did and everybody that's out there right now that has either said, a prayer or donated or any of that type of stuff. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it, how much I appreciate it, how touched I am by it. It blows me away, and I just can't thank you guys enough at all.
Oh, our pleasure, man. Anything we can do to help.
Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. So let's go around the room real quick. So J2SO, how you been, dude? Thanks for covering that last episode. That was a fun episode.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it was interesting. Trying. I had the list. I had like 30 tabs open. I was like, holy shit! I haven't really had it like, we're on this side of it, right? We're all on the show, but you're the quarterback, right? So we don't see all that. And when I did, I was like, oh. Hopefully pull this off, but no, it all went good. Hell yeah! So
hell yeah, man.
But yeah, excited to be here. I love when we have guests on with collections I want to see, and I was upset I had to miss Michael's when he was on a few weeks ago. So really excited to see Trent's finally, and we got to hang out at MegaCon, so that was awesome. So it's a little more like a personal friend thing now. So definitely excited to see it.
I don't know. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, dude.
I want to interrupt our show briefly for youngest Sarah. 199. Thank you so much.
Sarah.
Nice. Let me see if I remember where the buttons are at. Nope, not that one.
Yeah, not that one.
Nope. That one. There it is.
Oh,
It's been a few weeks for me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, youngest Sarah. So, do you know youngest Sarah, Trent? Is that one of yours?
I don't actually. No.
Cool. Well, thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
That's awesome.
Jeff, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm well. I think J2SO did a good job last week. He didn't start a double stream, so that's good.
And I couldn't join in to screw it up. So, you guys are straight.
Yeah. It's great to see Scott again. So I think, every day that you get a little bit better and we hear a little bit more good news, it's all positive for us too. So we like seeing you. So definitely keep around.
I feel like everybody's kind of along with the journey, which is just the most awesome support group anybody could ever ask for. And if anybody needs anything or whatever, please let me know. I want to be able to do the same.
Okay. Well, it is great to see you, Scott. So it's good. So, and Trent, I'm like J2SO. Like, it was fun hanging out at MegaCon, and just looking forward to seeing the collection. I know we've passed messages back and forth throughout the years and bits and pieces, so it'll be cool to like see the whole thing and kind of how you put it together. So
absolutely, yep, same.
So, yeah, man.
Well, Trent, one of my con buddies, is like, we've hung out in so many different states now.
We have, right? We need to do a little map with the pins and all that jazz, right?
There you go.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say real quick with Jeff, you just got some recent things in, right? Did you want to show those or wait?
Yeah, actually, I didn't do it in the pickup. I got that from Grilled Cheese, Zach. So the little Elderon.
Love it.
Right?
Love it.
Alderon, please.
And then he did the little art piece with it.
Take that, Phil Tippett.
Yeah. Look, I can almost use it as my face. Yeah, and then this was in the pickups, but Miles did this as well. So
wow, that is
sick, dude.
Like I said before,
Yeah.
he did such amazing work.
Gaz crushes it again. Yep.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm surprised it actually made it through the shipping process through Canada.
Oh yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little unusual.
To be honest, if they thought it was a bomb, they would have sent it right on over. Yeah, get that in the United States.
No, but after I unboxed it, I'm like sitting there on the counter. I'm like, wait a minute, this does look like a bomb. I'm like, I'm surprised they didn't intercept it.
Send it to Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah. So, but yeah, those are two pickups this week, which is
they came out so good.
Yeah, it's great.
So good.
Good Kaz.
Very cool. Yeah.
Well, Scott, again, dude, welcome back, man.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
man.
my pickups from Zach were a snow trooper that he made me and painted.
Cool. So good.
This thing is awesome. It sits right next to me right now in my little temporary setup. Absolutely love it.
Looks so good, dude.
My picture was the Wampa.
That's good.
Nice.
Good stuff, man.
Damn, he's great, man.
He is.
Great job. So grilled cheese, everybody. If you want something like that, hit with grilled cheese.
Who is he really? Is he like some guy, some famous dude just hiding undercover?
Yes, that's
it. Work for ILM or something?
He's an undercover stud.
Yeah. He is Zach, the grilled
so
cheese.
talented.
Him and Rex did a couple of videos, like, God, it's been months now, but like they did a together video where they were working on stuff together. Which is kind of neat. So
Zach was actually on camera?
Yeah, he went on camera.
I'm going to look for that episode.
With Rex. So.
Yeah. So, Scott, did you want to talk about the stuff you guys are selling?
So one of the things that we're on, I mean, like I said before, thank you all to everybody that donated to help us with our cause, because everything's adding up. I don't know who saw the numbers or what it was just for the week in the hospital. That's another thing. But the things that we do have to shell out now, medication fees, trying to do rehab for cardio and things and get that in and what that's going to cost. So Janine has just been so focused. I need to sell things. We need to make money doing this. So she's doing things like these keychains. So I wanted to bring these up, which are awesome. I mean, I absolutely love these and the combinations that she's doing. So anything that we can do that we can make or sell to help with this. There's all kinds of different, designs that she's doing, different color combinations, all kinds of stuff like that. And then like even with my Stanley Cup, so if you have like a Stanley Cup, you can put a lot of these little clips. You can hang them from here or here if you wanted to, or you can do like the toppers.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that.
That's cool. Really killer on this mug with the little boot. This is like the Stormtrooper boot. But yeah, anything, if you guys are interested, please at least take a look, or hit her up if you got anything or anything that we could possibly do for you guys. 3D printed, just let us know, because we need to. We're running out quick, that kind of a thing. So appreciate it. Big time.
So hit her up on Facebook or Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So on Babe, I don't know if you want to put in your links or anything into the chat.
There's her Facebook here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's her Facebook. Got that one.
I was gonna say the keychains too, Scott. Like they're good for like backpacks and stuff too, right? Put
Yeah.
Anything that's got a zipper, right? Put them on the little tag for the zipper.
Yep. Flies, whatever you want. We walk around.
Joel, I hear you. I hear you over there. We're laughing.
He's giggling.
I was thinking my zipper, my pants.
Yeah. Yeah. Buy Joel a zipper first.
Love it.
Not that zipper, Joel.
I'm a big child.
Why is that keychain on your zipper, Joel? That's not the right zipper.
What is that?
Yeah.
Gross, Joel. Now I can just see Joel dancing around with a mythosaur hanging from his zipper.
Yes. We need to see that now. So come on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We have to make that happen. Yes.
Oh shit.
The Imperial Fraud.
Those are awesome.
Those are cool.
Those are great.
I'm really liking the colors, the brown and black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they almost look like they're leather.
Mm-hmm. Yes, really cool stuff.
Very
anyways,
cool.
thank you.
Awesome.
So check out Scott and Janine's stuff and message Janine if you guys want to buy some of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It'll help them out. So hell yeah. Joel, how you doing, man?
What's going on, guys?
You're like hidden back there, like ET.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Wow, look at that shift, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've got it on this pickup, so
Looks good, dude.
this is so cool.
Yeah, look at that. Love it.
Oh man, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've just been working and tinkering, getting some commissions done.
Nice, dude.
Is the Yoda Starship, is that a commission or?
Nope. So I've made a couple of those, and this is probably I've done a few tweaks of better stuff to it, so it's one of my better ones that I've done, I think. But I learned things. I airbrushed. This is the first airbrushed one I've done, so
Looks good.
yeah. Thank you.
Great, man.
Very nice,
Yep.
dude. Very nice.
Fantastic.
Well, it's like you. Joel is always a hand painter, so it's good to hear that you're starting to use the airbrush a little bit,
A
because
lot of it, yeah.
yeah, that just starts to increase your skills even more that are already outrageously beyond all of us sitting here.
You have the patience for it, Joel?
Yes, I do. Cleaning sucks, but
Yeah, that part sucks.
That's not too bad. No, you rinse it with some water, or you do the thing, and just
yeah,
it's easy.
yeah. I think my only thing is I was having trouble trying to figure out how to clean it. So then I was regretting, I was not wanting to use it. But now that I'm getting the hang of it, so
Yeah, and then needle juice on your needle makes all the difference if you're getting dry tip.
Yeah,
Just
always.
on my needle.
Always.
The dry tip sucks, dude.
Back to the zipper.
You're still talking airbrushing, right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
That must be the problem. I need some needle juice.
Don't say it 3 times, Jeff. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
things start drinking.
Needle juice.
Thank you for the super chat, Brandalorian.
Yes, thank you.
Yay.
I gotta find it. Where the heck did it go?
Also, before you go into Trent stuff, hit the like button. There's like 52 of you in here. So hit the
Yeah.
like.
Proud.
Just hit the like button. Just go do it.
Yeah, I
Jeff
can't
said
wait to
so.
see Trent's collection.
Yeah.
You don't want Jeff showing up at your house. Just
No,
hit the like-
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
We
until
made-
10 o'clock to hit the like button, and Jeff starts taking down addresses.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
What's that like? Old school? We'll show up in a van with pantyhose over
Van.
Awesome.
Quarters in the socks. Yeah.
Yep. So,
I was
and Trent-
watching something. I don't know what the clip was from, but the guy put the pantyhose on to go rob something, and he got halfway into the store and he sneezed, and all the snot was.
Gross.
That's funny, dude.
Gross.
Sounds like some Guy Ritchie shit.
Mhm.
All right. So Trent, how you been, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, everybody. Yeah, it's just it's been a busy last few weeks, work life, all that. But no, man, it's good, and I'm just completely thrilled to be kicking it with y'all tonight. This is great. So
Yeah,
long time coming. So I'm excited for it.
definitely excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's say hi to the chat, and then we'll get to your story. So we're not
Rex-
gonna do any words of the night tonight. That way we don't like interrupt you while you're talking and.
Oh, okay. All good, man.
I'd say Rex is talking about airbrushes, and he's like, just buy a Gretz. I never had a clog since I switched. So my question, Rex, is that Grex, the Rex and the Grex, was that the $400 one? Like some of those are pretty
expensive,
pricey.
dude.
Yeah.
He just has the one with the handle, the one that Chris, the one that Ben Ware's using too.
I think that one's like $430 or something.
I think you can pick it up for around $3.
Yeah, I thought they were a little cheaper, but yeah, he's got that one, the one with the handle.
I was just curious. All right, cool.
Yeah, you can go to Wonderfest next year and get them pretty cheap. They have good sales there.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so let's say
Yeah,
hi to the chat. So let's see. Daughter Daphmir, she's like, hey, y'all, 4 hours until Spicy Night with our buddy Trent and his amazing collection. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Say it's your birthday.
Rango. And these guys are super early. Houtini, 3 hours ago.
Justin.
Hey, Justin.
We got Dan. He says hello.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, Dan.
We got a Gap After Dark.
Brian. Hey, Gap.
So
Gap. Hey, Gap.
So Gap. When I was on Brett's show, he asked me how many statues I had, and I like paused and I forgot. So I went and counted them, and I'm actually at 30 exactly.
Wow.
And
right on.
That doesn't include like the Regal Robot stuff or anything small. So I was like, holy crap! I didn't realize I had that many. That's all genres. No, it's not just Star Wars. It's Star Wars and everything else.
Damn.
It's freaking crazy, man. It's all over the house. Pat's fan. What's up, Pat's fan? He says, hi. Hey, Dan. Happy birthday.
What's up, Pats?
What's up, Kenneth?
That's going to be the honorary word of the night. Happy birthday. So let's see. Gap says, happy birthday, DOD. Talking about Kaz. We got Kaz here. Hey, everyone. I'll be back. I got to go grab some dinner. So go enjoy some dinner.
Hey, Kaz.
What's up, Kaz?
And he says, happy birthday.
That sounds like excuses, Kaz, but just saying.
We got Joel playing double duty here. Sup, peeps.
Speaking of Joel, High Command's birthday's on Monday.
Yeah.
Well, happy early birthday.
All right.
Also, Kaz, you better hit the like button before you go get some dinner. Just saying.
Yes.
He'll find you wherever you go eat.
Yeah, I know I have your address, so yeah.
It's going to charge tariffs.
Yeah.
You got Raging Man on the house. What's up, dude? Glad these guys finally
What's up,
put the bell.
Frankie?
You got Xena. What's she saying? Hey, y'all. Awesome, spicy people. I'm going to have to catch the show on rerun. Currently in Washington State SummerCon and about to get my photo op with Tamara Morrison. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow, awesome.
That'd be.
Nice.
On the ride it like a banta.
Very cool.
Got grilled cheese in the house. What's up, grilled
What's up,
cheese? Ears are burning.
He was just saying that he doesn't even have an airbrush. So everything he's doing, he's painting by hand.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I've been there, done that.
Chris Elliott.
Hey, Chris.
Chris.
What's up, brother?
What's up, dude?
Oh, hope his room's doing all right. I think, wasn't he? He had some flooding going on.
He did.
No way.
Yeah, he got it all set up and got flooded out a little bit.
Damn, dude.
Just after his move. Yeah, I hated
Sorry
it.
to hear that. Sorry to hear that, man. Hope things are going well. You got GD Star Wars Gent. Hello, my spicy peeps. What's up, dude? You got Mr. Tyrone Mix.
Hey, Tyrone.
Another week for everybody. Tyrone's been here every week praying for you, Scott.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's awesome. Awesome dude.
He also says happy Juneteenth to those celebrating it.
Yeah.
Got Rex in the house.
What's up, Rex?
What's up, Rex?
What's up, Rex?
You got the other Barry, Jedi Niner. Hi, nerds.
Niner.
Hi, Janine.
Hey, Janine.
This woman is insanely awesome. The amount of stuff that she's had to take care of and has been on it. She's definitely my hero. I just want to say
Hell
that.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. She's done a lot.
Yes.
Star Wars Addict 77. So you know what time it is? TGIF.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got BJ in the house. What's up, BJ?
What's up, BG and Gay and G?
B and G here, yeah. That maquette print came out beautiful. I can't wait to take it to get framed. Good job, BJ. Killed it.
Imagine the detail of her shipping it too was fantastic. So
Yeah, did you get one?
no, I didn't. But like just seeing all of the way she wrapped them all up and shipped them flat and
Flat box and everything. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Professional, very professional.
Yeah, for sure.
You got Jens in the house, Legacy Arts.
Hey, Jens.
What's up, Jens?
Buddy.
What's going on, brother?
V Gates. Vatos Locals forever. You got Santino in the house.
I have arrived, bitches.
Boom.
It is type. He changed his wording all.
I know, right? He gets all fancy.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's fancy.
That Canadian language.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dal goes in the house. What's up, Dal?
Hey, Dal.
Yeah. Kevin,
Hey,
Cool
Kevin.
Collectibles. What's up, dude?
Cool, Kevin.
See, Xena says, Scott, good to see you, man. Send you all the healing juju away. Always. I love you. And Janine to the moon and back.
Mwah.
Oh, I caught it. I'm putting it.
Oh, shit. You got
You,
it.
not for you.
Too bad.
You got Peter in the house. What's up, Peter? Trent
What's up, Pete?
Collections.
What's up, Pete?
See ya.
On, Pete.
Dude, every time I look at this Death Star popcorn bucket, I just think, man, Pete, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that.
Stellar dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fighting the lines to get that. Let's see.
Elbowing kids.
Elbowing kids. Yep. He's attacking them for the little kids.
Smack down.
Youngest Sarah says, "Hey, Randy, Sherry, Floyd, and I here. Excited to see your museum, Trent."
So it's the Trent people.
That's my people. Yeah, that's the folks and some good friends of ours. So, hi guys.
There you go. Thanks for watching. We'll promise to behave tonight. We'll all act like we're
I already,
14.
Not make that.
I already warned them, so it's all good. They're
Yeah, every once in a while, we'll act like 12-year-olds, especially Joel.
Yeah. Nick swinging in the house. What's up, Nick? How you doing? What's up, you spicy, scruffy, mother-loving scoundrels?
How's the little one doing? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best part of his collection right there.
Yeah.
1/1 scale. So again, Brandalorian, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Echo Base North, how you doing?
Hey, man.
Oh, we got Sean Triple Looking Stone in the house.
Oh, Sean Stone.
Oh, thank you,
Sean.
Thank
How you doing, man?
What's up, Sean?
What's up, dude?
Sean.
Hope all is good on your end. Let's see. Scrolling down. Oh, we got Brian's in the house. Brian from some secret location filming Ahsoka.
All right. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Brian. This dude has the busiest schedule in the world. When he's not filming movies or TV shows, he's on tour with Coldplay. It's crazy.
It's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy, man. So thank you for tuning in. I don't know how you do it. This guy doesn't sleep. Wheels 305. What's up, Wheels? How you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. See, almost at the bottom. It's good to see everybody. Oh shit, we got BMX Jedi in the house.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, turkey bastards?
What's up, Anthony?
Turkey basters, but it does say
Turkey
bastard.
basters. Oh yeah, basters.
I want to
My
be a turkey.
angle. I didn't even notice
You
that.
gotta remember, Anthony's a master baster. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Master Blaster. Master Blaster. Blaster
I
something.
love it.
Sergio, what's up, dude?
What's up, Sergio?
What's up, Sergio?
Sergio.
What's up, Scotty?
Yep.
Luis
How is
Jimenez.
the foot, Sergio?
Hey,
Oh
Luis.
yeah.
Yeah.
How is the foot? Let
Good
us
to see you,
know. in the
Luis.
chat.
Let us know.
What's up, Luis?
What's up, Luis?
Luis.
We got Eric, IG, E-Kicks.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Eric.
Let's see.
We're gonna send Eric out to you if you don't like the YouTube channel.
Still hurts, but he's walking.
Good. At least you're moving forward.
Yeah.
And Anthony says, Jeff knows all about the turkey baster.
Anthony's an instigator.
All right. So that's the bottom of the chat. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. See you next week. Nice episode.
Yeah. All right. Good weekend.
And so let me set this up real quick. I'm gonna put Trent in the hot seat so we can.
Great to hear, Sergio.
What the heck? That's not what I wanted. That's the one I
There
wanted.
we go.
That me?
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So let's fix this thing. All right, guys. So here we go. So let's do this. I've been excited for this one.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we got Trent, aka Batman Guy, on Instagram. Welcome to,
Hey.
officially. Last time we did this, I think we were all drunk in a hotel room twice.
Yeah, I think that happened. Yeah.
Tenants.
Nobody knows what happened when you guys went off the air, by the way.
That's your MO, isn't it?
Apparently, that's the only time I get video action, camera action when we're out of the con and had a few. So,
Yeah. So
all good.
So we finally officially got you on the other side, and this episode's about you. So
Yeah.
Trent, tell us about yourself, man. Like, what got you into Star Wars?
Sure. Yeah. Same old story, I guess, right? As everybody else, grew up with it as a kid. I can still recollect seeing Jedi and Empire in the theater, and cool story about seeing Return of the Jedi. We were walking in a dark theater. We got there a little late, and I'm in between my folks, holding their hand, right, walking down the aisle, and that crawl comes on, just the music that we all know, just bam, and squeezed mom and dad's hand, as I heard that as a little kid, and just went, ooh, like, just wow. I think I just like uttered wow, like, and I still have that wow factor with this community, with the franchise, even though it's taken a beating a little bit here and there, but still can remember what it felt like as a kid, going through those stories and playing with the toys and just all the lore, right? And so it's really carried with me all these years, clearly. And now as a big kid, I've been extremely blessed to have the opportunity to just really just get immersed in it, conventions, communities, groups, friends like y'all, and collecting. And so it's become a passion. It really has. I mean, it's taken me to great places to meet great people and get inspired by seeing everybody else's stuff, what they do. The customs community, it doesn't matter big or small, what people are into. I love seeing all of that. And that's really what's gotten me here to this point, so.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the opening crawl and the music when you hear that bam, and it starts that feeling. But I'll tell you, for the longest time, and I'm sure a bunch of you went through this because I think we've talked about it. Whenever I heard the 20th Century Fox beginning, I always thought it was Star Wars.
Yes. Yes.
You're on TV, like, what, Star Wars? You're like, this isn't Star Wars.
Exactly. You hear that Fox fanfare, and I'm with you, Scotty. My head goes straight to that, and just waiting to see Lucasfilm appear after it. But and it's amazing what these films have managed to do to us, right? If you kind of stop and ponder on it and think, look at how integral it really is inside of us, but what it's been able to do from a community perspective for people all over the world, and this great community, this great group of people as Spice Runners, especially. I'm more than grateful, more than blessed to be able to be a part of it and be able to share and encourage. To me, that's what it's all about, really, right? So all the things that we come in contact with and the ideas we have, they're great, but it's the ability to be able to talk to them and share them and experience them together. I think is what it's all about for me. So
and to be able to work with each other with things like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Where did you get that, or whatever? I mean, I agree with you, man. The community is so amazing, and all of you out there, and people that are watching after this airs, it's just amazing to have these amount of people to go to.
Yeah,
so awesome.
Absolutely right. Yep.
So cool.
So that's a little bit of my origin story in Star Wars, I guess. It started with Kenner, and going to Montgomery Wards with Dad and picking up a figure.
Ward.
Yes, finding the little end caps there towards 84, 85 when they were just giving them away, $2 a pop. Like, please take this stuff, right? Because there's just thousands of them made out there, right? And so, I went through all of that as a kid and had a pretty decent toy collection. And again, you've heard this 1,000 times. I grew up, early teenage years or whatever it was, and sold the collection lock, stock, and barrel. And it went through college and early 20s and into my 30s. And, I'd always had in the back of my mind, I'd love to, if nothing else, get back what I had, from my Kenner collection perspective. But where it's taken me is beyond even kind of, sometimes I just look at it and go, holy cow, right? But how did this all happen? But, and it's okay. I'm loving every minute of it. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, really what got me back into the collection frame of mind was 2019 Chicago Celebration. The wife and I went there, and my first celebration, actually. And so that was really the spark, because I came back with the bounty hunters. I came back with the Kenner 3 3/4 bounty hunters. That was it. Well, I bought more stuff than that, but I came back with those vintage figures, and I'm like, okay, wow, this I really want to try to build on this. And super humble, small beginnings with just a few little pieces here and there, some Gentle Giant stuff, maybe a sideshow piece here or there. And fast forward a good year and a bit to COVID, when we're all locked inside, and call it too much time on your hands. I don't know what you want to call it, but I started really digging into, how collections are curated. Met Joey, the Padawan collector. We all know him. He started his stuff, I think, around late 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Was really hooked by his collection journey. So he was a big influence on kind of where I started to pick up speed. And this is roughly what you're going to see is just about 5 years or so in the making. And as I tease my wife, and you all can attest to this, we're just getting started, right?
Yeah.
There's always something more to try to grail hunt or display or what have you. And that's the other cool part about it, right? Is because you always have that drive. So so that's kind of my journey to how I got here.
Nice.
It's a great journey, dude.
Yeah, I think a lot of us did, especially the pandemic for us. If you weren't, I know a lot of us were already doing it, but I also know a lot of us started in the pandemic.
Yes.
You know, because we were able to slow down finally enough from work and go, I want to do something cool.
Yeah. And you know, I had I had a lot of the kind of a little library that I'd started over the years. I had some Augusta Lopez, Duncan Jenkins stuff. I had the I'm going to forget the author's name now. Shame on me, but the Bible of Kenner collecting. It's the Black Book. I've got it downstairs. But I had some of these things, and I'd thumb them, you know, from time to time, and was always just enthralled with anything ILM. All of the stuff that came out of the studios at the time, props, you name it. And then it's weird, right? When you realize, like, wow, there's a whole lot of more of me out there, you know, and what they're doing in the community. They have the exact same zeal for it. Then that's where it really just took off, probably sometime around 2021, 22, whatever. And I got involved in a lot of communities and just got to meet everybody. So
when you found people that were more like you, you're basically talking about you found other grown men that like to play with dolls too.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely. we're proud of it, you know. Yes. And so yeah, I couldn't have said it any better. But that's essentially what happened. Yeah.
Well, it's like Michael Barrett said a couple of weeks ago. He's like, it's more fun when you have someone to talk to this about this hobby about.
Yeah.
It gets worse when you're at cons too, especially when you go with Trent, because you expect Trent to go, no, don't buy that, but then instead he's like, yeah, you should get that. That's a really good value. Right?
Yeah.
What the hell, Trent?
I don't know anything about that, Jeff. Come on now.
Yeah.
I think it happened, but yeah. No, what's great is see, but isn't that the cool part? Like when you can bounce a find off of any of us and go, what do you think? You know, or I had this idea, I'm kicking it around, or I'm stuck. You know, I can't figure out what to do with this or that. I love it. The fact we have this community, we can just immediately go.
If you ever sell that thing, make sure you contact me first, kind of a thing.
Right.
Lined up.
Yeah, lined up.
So before we see your collection, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? And don't tell me Phantom Menace. Just kidding.
No, it ain't Phantom Menace. Sorry, George. If George is watching, sorry, brother. No, it's Empire. I mean, I don't even have to think on that. You know, that was the first, because we were watching, you know, 77 at home on like Betamax, I think we were, right? Or HBO, whatever. That was my exposure to that film. Yeah. But my exposure to the trilogy, the way it's meant to be seen, bigger than life, with Empire. And that's just permanently like burned up here. And such a deep, complex film. I mean, just like you have all the razzle dazzle, the very swashbuckling sort of Errol Flynn type stuff that's going on in A New Hope. And then you get into some real dark, moody, like, what is this thing called the Force? Who is this little wizard Muppet puppet green dude? I mean, what's going on? There's just so much more to this universe that we would have ever, attempted to guess when we saw the first film. And the fact that you put your heroes in the worst possible spot, right, that they could be in. And I mean, that's the classic arc, right? So, but when you're little, when you're a young guy and you're seeing this, and like there's some pretty deep motifs that even when I was little, I'm sure I didn't catch, but I can go back and appreciate every little nuance of that film still to this day. That says a lot, right? That says a lot. So yeah, it's a no question for me. It's The Empire Strikes Back.
But all three of them for me, like especially New Hope, hits me a little bit more because that's the first I saw in the theater.
Sure.
But I watch any of them today and I'm happy. I don't need special whatever editions on a lot of them. I just go back to that and am just so sucked into it. I'm like, I love this. This is awesome. So
absolutely. Yeah. Agreed.
Hell yeah, dude.
I wanted to put this out there, Matt. Janine is a rock star. Damn right she is, brother. Damn right she is. And I don't know if you saw what Evan said. Kristen said, Kristen, a cat watching from Miami.
Hey, that's wifey and sister-in-law. So hey guys.
So you are by yourself, is what you're saying.
I am. So the wife took off for a cruise, so I've got nothing but time on my hands. So but I better not be. Thank God there's not a con in town this weekend, because yikes, But yeah.
So let's.
If she's watching, Trent, don't show off any new things she doesn't know about yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Or ease her into it, I guess. Give her time to cool down, get home.
Funny little thing. I don't know if this has happened to y'all, but what I'll do is I'll take her down there and go, do you see the new thing, or have you noticed something different?
Yeah.
She'll just look and go, no, I can't tell anymore.
That's awesome. When it gets to that,
that's kind of good, right?
That's the opposite of when your wife comes home with a new do, and she's like, "Notice anything?" And you're like,
"No." Yeah, for real.
So, Trent, I know we've been keeping our people in the chat excited, waiting to see your collection. Let's buddy.
Let's go. So I'm going to walk us downstairs into the room, and then we'll start kind of just from the stairway down in there, and then we'll navigate the whole thing. So bear with me. I'm going to do a camera flip here. Hopefully I don't screw this up. So hang on just a second.
Joel, how do you do a camera flip?
I do know how to do that.
Joel just kick his camera.
Yeah, like just falls over. It's all turned around. Yeah.
Almost.
Still see you.
It's the anticipation.
There you go.
What's that look like now?
Don't
see.
Nice.
It's beautiful house, man.
Yeah. Well, there's the humble abode here. So yeah.
See, like the baby gates. See, like Janine could do that to me the first couple of weeks.
That's for our dogs. So yeah.
Already going down the stairs. Look at that.
Okay, cool. So here we are. So yeah. So the Force. Yeah, I have the Force Arts. The Force Arts wall panels. These are just beautiful pieces. The X-wing, the tie. And then we round the corner, and there's the AT-AT door panel. The detail on these is just immaculate, spectacular. And I should mention, this is about as far as my wife will let the stuff go upstairs. But she was like, "Yeah, this is art, so this looks nice and formal, so we'll let it happen." But yeah, so this is the little tease of what is down the stairway. So here we go.
It doesn't say Star Wars anywhere on it, so it's
right.
Whoa.
So here we go.
Dude, that's badass.
Man, the Mondo prints. Hell yeah.
And I'm not sure if you can hear the main title starts.
Yeah, pretty much. So which one is that? That is
little faint.
New Hope?
Yeah, so up above here, I put this up several years ago. This is basically vinyl cut lettering of the A New Hope crawl. I had to do the original crawl.
Yeah.
So that was a hell of a thing to get up on the special ladder on the stairs. It's got some sparkly kind of like starry paint. It's hard to tell with this camera, but yeah, that was a fun project. I'm pretty fortunate I didn't break my ass falling off the stairs on that.
Well, even if you did, it would be so worth it. That is awesome.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
the things we do for Star Wars. I broke my arm.
Things we do, no doubt about it. So yeah, the camera is reversed on me, so sorry if I'm like kind of rocking it left and right weirdly, but just some stuff, sort of like some pop art kind of random pieces here. I've got Mike Mitchell all over the place. You're going to see him everywhere. The Mike Mitchell line, the bus line that he did is fantastic stuff. Got to give a shout out to the wife and I did these at like the Pinos Palette. I don't know if you had these in your city where you go drink wine and paint. And so this was fun. I had to make sure these were in the collection represented somehow. I think that one's hers and this one's mine, or I probably have that backwards. But anyway, fun little pieces. So
I would like to see Evan do paint night.
I've done
it. That's a deal. Let's make it happen.
Well,
Star Wars paint night.
Joel does that, right? He drinks wine and paints all the time.
Right. So kind of panning to the other side. This is a real cool piece. This is actually on papyrus reed, pressed paper. And this is actually a snippet of a piece from the from Raiders.
Yeah.
So there was a little Easter egg in Raiders with the two droids on the wall of the tomb, essentially where the Ark was, right? The Well of the Souls. So I found a guy who was doing these, and I thought that was a pretty nifty little creation.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
Got some of there's some more Mike Mitchell. Got some these cool little like park badge, from different places in the canon. Is that text reversed for you guys?
No.
It's not. So it reads correctly. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool. So yeah, those are fun little just customs. Of course, there's some Tom Spina work from Regal. I've got, again, this is just sort of a mishmash collage of some pop reference stuff. There's the Empire soundtrack, the Spanish version. Well, it's not really Spanish, but you know what I mean. The jacket anyway.
Is it partly backwards? I was just
yeah, right.
backwards, yeah.
Yeah, for real. This now I'm gonna forget the creator who does this stuff, but they do their really cool mashups. I don't know if you can see that.
I have some of those too. I forgot the name of the
Yeah, I forget now. I should remember, but they do these great mashups with like battle scenes. So this is a World War II, an actual World War II shot, and then this big ugly thing in the back coming at them. Yeah, and then if I pan just kind of back here, there's the original. I think this one actually might be from my childhood still. I don't have a lot of stuff from when I was a kid, but the score to Jedi. Kind of moving on down, there's some more Mitchell. That's a great Boba interpretation of Mitchell. Here's some more of these park badges.
Those are cool.
Yeah, those are fun. Put those in a shadow box. So I'll get into my comic stuff in a bit. I've got those in a different room, but I had to stand off this issue #1, the special edition Marvel, the large, what is it, like the 12.5-inch, whatever it is. Thing's just awesome. Super cool stuff. Yeah, and then there's Mitchell in front of us, but got some more of the kind of mashup art. And then this is a fun piece. This actually came from Celebration with me. Let me see if I can get it in focus. This is Cell from, we know what this is, of course.
Is it
so
Dark Side or whatever, is that the one?
Yeah,
something Dark Side. Yep.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, pretty cool thing there. Original animation Cell.
Wow.
And last but not least, just down here, we got some cool. This is actually a customs guy I found who was doing prints of work on poetry. And what was cool, I watched him actually make one of these, and he burned the paper with a cigarette. And then he was able to do his prints on top of it. So it looks like a cool laser blast right through and then the Abbey Road.
Nice.
Yeah. So let me give one more shout out here to a piece from Joe Caroni. So I know he's been on the show. Super, super talented guy. I mean, just done so much for the studio over the years. I'm gonna just come right out and say this is my favorite of all of his work. It's tough to label one piece, but this piece is just fantastic.
Best, yeah.
Yeah. So let me just start in
Holy crap.
the big space here. So so we'll just kind of walk around here and call out some pieces here or there. Right when you come into the room, you see a Joel Hazy creation here, which is the Death Star panel.
That looks good, man.
It came together amazing, man. And I basically, what I did was I took the little X-Wing game pieces. They scaled just right, and I sort of created my own battle of Endor, if you will. So I've got some B-Wings, some A-Wings up there.
I have never seen this like this. This is
I don't have the B-Wing. B-Wing and the A-Wing, I think, are the two that I'm missing.
Hey, Joe, get your mic closer, Joe.
Oh yeah, sorry, I flipped it up because I was breathing heavy. Stupid.
Hold on just a minute, guys. I'm gonna switch. Is that still facing the door?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I think it solved my weird like reverse issue, but yeah. So I mean, this was incredible work by Joel. Got the Falcon represented there, and then just some little A-wings and things, just little hints of ships here and there. And yeah, man, I just ended up kind of collecting as many of the X-wing game pieces as I could, and they scaled just the way I wanted them. I even love the little shadows, the little details of the ships.
So how are you connecting them? How are you connecting them to Joel's thing? You just using like a
So
pin?
yeah, let me get in tight on one. Basically, it's a little dowel that comes with the game piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I painted. I don't know if you can see that. I painted the dowels to kind of match the background.
Yes.
And then it was nothing more than a little CA glue and a shot of curing just to get them to stay up there, and that's it.
Nice.
Yep. So they blend really well, I thought.
That looks really good.
But yeah,
they all come in they all come with those little stands.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So you just pop the bottom, you pop the base off of them, and they.
That's right. You got it.
Cool.
So there's a creation by Jens, our good buddy with Legacy Arts, the Gatekeeper droid. Love that piece. There's the Regal Robot, Docking Bay 94. We all know that one by heart. And then across the top of this, once the first time I was at Galaxy's Edge, I got pretty inspired by the 77, 80, 83. So I've got these up there from a customs guy I've worked with a long time ago, and those are just prints, but they have really cool texture and weathering. They're pretty dope.
Oh, I love that. That's cool, Trent.
Yeah. So then moving around the top, this is the Trident viewer. I think Jeff, were we working on one together at the same time? I can't remember, but
we were, and then I gave up. I was like, nope.
Yeah, that was a hell of a build. Let me tell you what. And I have a working camera, which has since died, and I knew it would, so I'm not going to tear it apart anymore. But there was a camera in the top center, I can't really point to it, but anyway, I had a little Wise camera in there. But yeah, I just need to do some Greebly work on it, and it's done. But fun.
Those are the originals too, right? Those are the original viewers.
Those are the original viewers, yeah. So that's basically a kit that can't remember who made the kit, but it was a great kit with the Greeblies, and the viewers are original. But yeah, this came from the IC last year. Had to have Besman represented, so I love that little piece. Mike Mitchell, bunch of Mike Mitchell. Yeah, Mike Mitchell's work is just spectacular. And then, of course, the Mando Mythosaur. But so we got to move down into the room. There's this big boss. So I just put him together. Oh, let's see. A few months ago, he
you
was
did a
finished.
good job on that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
So you made a posable mannequin.
I did.
Is that the Jazzwares, or is that more custom?
This is Jazzwares. I'm actually looking. I was talking to a great creator in the community, Mike Warren, about a custom ESB helmet and mask, which I think I may pursue if he's still. It's been a while, but this is Jazzwares. I mean, an incredibly solid kit, to be honest. I mean, I got the boots.
I love the
Can't really see them, but I got the boots in there custom.
Ooh,
But yeah, and then the prop saber, the hilt is from Roman Sabers, the MPP, the 3.0 MPP.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, but he was fun. Well, he wasn't fun at the time. He was actually rather painful working with a mannequin. But
So
but
did you change the cape around, because I noticed it comes more forward?
I did. So the cape, good catch. So the cape. This cape was probably actually the more complicated piece. And I was talking to George a while back, because he's like, how did you get your cape to lay over? I said, tons of safety pins and Velcro tape. Just you have no idea what's going on behind him here to get this, because their build was a little flawed. It was very far back, and it's meant to be a wearable costume, right? But I didn't want that. I wanted that look of the boss kind of with his hands on his belt line, all that. So anyway, Scott, it's just a lot of that.
It's okay, Trent. J2SO put a baby head under his.
Right.
That was awesome, though. I will say this, Trent. If you are talking or can get in touch with Mike Warren and want to pursue that, he's going to take a while. He can take up to a year better. So if it's something you're thinking about doing, I would I would say I would recommend pursuing that. Don't wait
Yeah.
around too long.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
Trent,
good.
your wife is saying something new shows up every few days.
It kind of does. It's weird. Like I actually got to know my UPS guy pretty well last year, and then it kind of broke my heart when he changed. Like some new dude showed up. I was like, oh, you're not Josh. And anyway, it happens. But so yeah, so here we go. I think we'll just kind of start around the horn here with the vintage cases. So tell me, guys, if you can't really see anything too well, or if it's like glary, out of focus, whatever. But I love this guy. This is a custom. Yeah, just the Bosk Kenner head. Got a bunch of Kenner inbox pieces up here. The French Canadian droid factory from Empire. Very extremely rare piece to find at all, but I have it in complete in box. So that's one of my more favorite vintage pieces. Got this off the IC 2 years ago. Was stoked to find that in box, which was
I remember that on the shelf. I wanted it so bad. My mom kept saying no.
Yep, really cool one. All the blasters Kenner did were just spot on, spectacular. Here's a couple more ships and play sets. Of course, Cloud Car there represented. I've also got Snags, same scale as the Bosk.
Nice.
He's just cool hanging out there. But then if we get down into the cases, I mean, this is the 12-inch line. Got all of those, including the IG. Probably the tougher of them all to find in good condition.
Hard to find, yeah.
Yeah, and he's graded. I'd actually like to get some of the others graded, but I kind of kit bashed, so to speak, my Boba. I just got piece by piece to get him complete, and it came out great. Some cool things I want to kind of hone in on in here. This is actually a Macquarie sticker sheet. Really small piece. It's hard to tell the scale, but it's only maybe a couple inches high. But these were handed out by the studio as gifts from Gary Kurtz and his assistants, and they would hand these out to the crew. So I've actually got an original Macquarie sticker from, I think it's circa 1980 or 79, sometime around the production of Star Wars, or Empire rather.
Empire, yeah. So it'd be around probably filmed in 79.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I love that. Love having that history with anything Macquarie.
My God, the van.
Yeah, the van.
Yeah.
I've got both vans. There was like a good van, bad van.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a Vader van, and then there was our Heroes van. I'm a huge fan of anything Topps cards. So I'm struggling to kind of get these in focus. Sorry, but that's a cool one.
They're coming through.
Okay. That's a good one of those two gentlemen there. And then this is kind of a fun one. And in terms of completest with my Topps, I have boxes. So these are complete boxes, not the complete run by any stretch, but at least sales boxes of complete card sets. And I've got, I think that's series 2, 3, and 4, if I'm not mistaken. And over time, I'd love to be able to acquire, Empire, a box for Empire and Jedi and all this, but little by little. But I love all the top stuff. I don't know if you all remember these as a kid. These are kind of fun to call out. Remember those little blow up punch dolls?
No.
Yeah.
I had a bozo. It was like a clown when I was little.
Yes. Right. So those are tough to come across complete in box, especially the Jawa and the Chewie. So if anybody has a lead on any of those, you know how to find me, because I'm definitely in the hunt for those dudes. Some cool kind of rare stuff down here. We got the Guerra Stellare. So this would be the Italian Harbert license for the viewer.
It's interesting because that's the Macquarie X-Wing.
Yes. Yeah. You see the Macquarie artwork. Exactly. Right. So, you're going to see later, I have a lot of foreign stuff, and I love the variations of what the licensees, Harbert, Nakano, Takara tends to be my favorite, what they did with the franchise. Awesome stuff. This is Brazilian. So this is a Brazilian TIE fighter Kind of hard to find those in decent shape. That's from Glassleet. And then if I kind of pan back, of course, we all know the story of that thing in the back.
Oh yeah.
There's the early bird. And I've got a complete one graded from AFA with the little membership card and all that funny stuff in there. Death Star, yeah. Moving up this case.
Y-Wing's beautiful.
Y-Wing, got a couple different versions of the Y-Wing. Well, they're the same, just different chips. But I love collages. I mean, you're going to see this as we walk through. I just love collage cases, different variations of stuff in the same case. And just oddball. In the vintage space, I especially love oddball. So the watches, the little earrings, all that cool little stuff.
I love the way you have these set up, Trent. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I absolutely love it. Whether if it looks like, a display or like this. This is just amazing.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
It puts you back and puts you in that mode of like, yeah, I remember being in the toy store, and wanting
right. I know, man. I get all the feels every time I walk down here. Trust me.
All the feels.
Yeah. There's the Blue Snags. He was a little bit more of an obscure piece. He came with a play set. Very sought after, a good quality one where his boots aren't all crazy rubbed off and gross. But he's just hanging out in the cantina there with the boys. And then the micro collection, these die cast, super fun. Great detail and fun little story. This guy, not this particular one, but these were actually used in the production, I think in Jedi and maybe Empire. Like they actually used Kenner pieces.
Yeah, it was Jedi for sure.
Yeah, the studio said, "Hey, Kenner, your models are so good. We're going to use these for some random shots."
Hey, Joey.
Chips.
Joey, Popeye.
What's up, Joey?
Hey, Joey. What's up, brother? How are you, man?
I like the stands on the diecast too. I don't think people realize too those little ships, like the missile and then the Tantive.
Yeah, right.
Very hard to find.
Even there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, good eye, Jeff. You're right. And so the stands, I found these through. Can't remember who the creator was, but they nailed them because they gave the little tiny posts for you to put the the bomb and all that on it.
Was it Ian? Was it Ian's displays?
It wasn't Ian. It was a different custom. I might have found him through Etsy. I can't recall. But yeah, Ian. I have a lot of Ian's acrylic all over the place.
That little Tantive is like freaking.
Well, what I was going to say, what it reminds me of, before Star Wars, before there was Star Wars, there was Star Trek. So if you're old like me or close to it, I used to have a little semi-metal Enterprise, and it had the little shuttle, and that little it was orange. That shuttle was almost the same size as that Tantive, and that was like so easy to lose.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, to find them complete without their paint completely beat up is a pretty good deal. Speaking of some sort of more tougher pieces to find in decent shape anyway, you got the Sandcrawler play set with the working little ladder so the droids can go up there. That's fun.
Land of the Jawas.
Land of the Jawas. You got it. The Give a Show. What a weird name, but the Give a Show projector. And I've got that one still in the cellophane wrap. So that's a complete inbox.
Dude, that clock. I have that clock.
The clock. Yeah, that's the Bradley. Bradley did so much stuff. Yeah, Bradley did so many different variations of watches and clocks. That was their thing. This piece I actually would love to find complete in box, but the headset, they had a working AM or FM transmitter in it. Tough to even find them with the foam still attached. So that's I'm pretty proud piece, pretty proud one there. And then wax packs. I've got individual wax packs for every series, just dotted around, and that's
don't eat the gum.
Right. Well,
Joe, remember that we did that on air? It was like so gross.
Yeah,
pretty gristly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wow.
So in this cabinet, I've got again some more of the micro die cast with the tie and then the X-wing. Why my camera here? The X-wing over here. Cool thing. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to try to get in tight here. Was able to meet Jim Swearengin a few years ago, and what a stand-up dude. Awesome guy. So easy to talk to. Great storyteller. One of the Kenner OGs, right? And if you look here, he signed an X-wing for me as well, which was his original design, right? So he's responsible for the X-wing. the thing that we all had as a kid.
Trent, he's coming to New England. I think it's the first of next month or the end of. It'll be like his first trip up here into the New England area.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, you definitely ought to. If it's close by, you ought to try to get over there and see him. He'll talk shop for hours. He's just a great dude. And shout out, by the way. Yeah, shout out, by the way, for this to Fourth Moon. My buddy Mike up there who runs Fourth Moon Toys. What's up, Canada? So he is an awesome shop owner and coordinates a lot of these great events. So anyway, moving on, we got the Complete Loose Droid Factory. I don't know if anyone had that as a kid. It kind of had playability for a while, and then I ended up getting bored with it. But so
I got it now. It's one of the only pieces I got left.
Is that right? Yeah, and it's I wanted to put it in the case alongside of I know Marcel, right? The dungeon playset, because Kenner was notorious for reusing their molds, so it's just the same mold with different color scheme for a different film. But I don't know if anybody had this model as a kid. This thing is huge. It's complete in box, but it was a snap tight, and it's a huge scale. It came out almost one scale when it was all done, but it's the Vader helmet and bust. That's a fun piece. Yeah, and then that goofy, the goofy phone. Yeah. So I'm almost done with this run, but this is the Wonder Bread 16 card run that went in with the bread packages, and I've got almost all of them complete now. They did this only for the first film, and then Wonder Bread was like, you know what, we're out of the license game. We're done. So cool, just a little burst of nostalgia by them.
This is probably why we discovered Wonder Bread as kids, and it was Wonder Bread back then was like 1 inch thick. And so light.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Right.
Who picked up the rest? Was it Burger King? Because I think I got a Burger King one.
Burger King, yeah, Joel, you're right. And you'll see some Burger King stuff here in another case shortly, because they picked up a license as well. But
Trent, which ones are you missing on the Wonder Bread?
So I'm missing. Actually, I've got one that I haven't put out yet. Let me think. I think the TIE Fighter. I can't recall what else.
Just throwing it out into the universe in case somebody runs across it.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. I've got this stuff written down. I can't remember. I know it's the TIE, and I think I'm missing like 3 or 4 total. So I just kind of slowly come by them, and I've tried to establish a grade of 8 or higher for all of them, and I think I've done that to save maybe Leia over there. She's a 7.5 or 7.
That's pretty hard, probably, with those.
A little tough. Yeah. Of course, now this is the great, and again, I forget the studio, but the great Kenobi, and then there was a Chewbacca, a ceramic mug that was made circa 77, 78. Some of the earliest licensed stuff out there, actually, before Kenner even had its act together.
He looks
I can imagine if I showed up at the breakfast table with that.
Yeah, for real, right? I mean, he's got like this real creepy look. Like
it does.
He looks
looks like he's done with your shit, Trent. It's like, oh god,
right.
another figure.
It's like, great, this dude again. Yeah.
He put me by the Wonder Bread cards. God damn
I know, right? He is not too happy with his placement. These are some cool custom variations of the droids that are die-cast metal. I'm going to forget the studio here, but they've done various figures over the years, and they're even the R5, he just looks funny, right? Just looks different. But I love that variation. I love that stuff. Probably one of the most difficult pieces to find that actually works and is in good condition is the Sandcrawler that is radio controlled. And I have that one all complete. I'd love to get it in box someday, but tough to find in a good quality condition.
The thing was so cool with it was one button, right? When you did a circle,
yeah,
released, and then it went straight.
There's the little controller, and it was one button. Yep. And then this similarly, the radio controlled speeder with the R2 clicker, and I've got 2 clickers just for the sake of why not. One of them is super yellowed and gross, but the other one there, and those things work. These 2 pieces actually work, guys. I tried them once, and then I'm like, okay, I'm never going to touch the buttons again. I don't want them to break, So
amazing.
So yeah, moving on around. This is Collector's Displays, a guy in the UK. I think his name's Chris. Does amazing work. Get a little closer here to see the family. This is essentially where it all started. So I've got all the what is it? First 96? Is it 96? I think, is that right? I can't remember now. Even variations, and these are all loose complete in pretty decent shape. You get the big head, little head Han. You've got the gray. Whoops. You've got the gray. Oh boy, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. Get the gray-haired, white-haired Kenobi. I'm not sure if that comes in very well with the glare. But yeah, different variations of Leia. So these are different molds, essentially. And I'm slowly working on my mint on card run for all the figures. We'll see those in a moment in another case. But yeah, so there they all are. There's the super cool 3-legged R2. He came with the Droid Factory. I've got him loose complete.
Nice.
Got all the Power of the Force with their coins. Even the goofy stuff, like there's some really goofy ones. They kind of tried to milk the franchise there towards the end, I think. But the coolest one maybe is Yak Face. He was Canadian only. I'd love to have him on card someday, but he's up there on the scale of prices for that. But kind of as a collage around this, I wanted to do loose complete ships. So yeah, and I found again, it's all about who's out there in the community. Found a dude who 3D prints mounts just for the Kenner vehicles, and they're absolutely fantastic. I mean, they're super sturdy, and they just display the ships so well. You know, just like the Interceptor and the Vader tie, and then the tie, and then I just put this one up today. It's a complete B-wing.
Nice.
He's fun.
Oh, I love that.
That got Joel excited. Joel, turn your camera up, Joel.
Yeah, isn't he cool? So, and then moving across, got Slave One, another cloud car. So what I'm slowly doing is trying to find, I don't really want beaters. I just want to find decent quality, like loose completes. And I'm going to put the character in each ship.
Oh, nice.
I just haven't gotten around to it, but yeah, I'll have a TIE pilot in there and Vader and his and all that stuff. Yeah.
There's a question for you somewhere.
Love it.
I think it disappeared. Oh, there it is. So Joey's asking, how much did you get that Yak Face for, a coin for? If you
Oh,
don't mind
how
telling me.
much? The coin or the coin? Gosh, man, I don't recall.
Smart answer.
I'll hunt it down, dude. I don't want to give it while the wifey's on either. So we'll talk.
He gave it to me.
He gave it to me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I found it. Yeah, that's it. So the display headers, I think, are fantastic. Just art in their own right. And I only have one display header, but it's the original first 12. And this one's graded at like an 80.
Wow, that's great shape. Jeez.
That's a super grail piece for me in my collection. And it's a piece of cardboard, but if you get it, you get it, right? So
Trent, did you send that in to get graded, or did you buy it?
No, I purchased that graded. Yeah. Good buddy of mine from Rogue 5, actually, that shop I was telling you about the other day. Chris Wellminster. He had a sale a year ago, and this was one of them. So here's some cool Kim Simmons. This is the concept photos of the Boba we never got.
Yeah.
And this was an even earlier concept shot. I'm sorry if that's glary, of the Boba, and Kim signed both of those.
Helmet.
That's great. Yeah, the helmet looks really cool.
Isn't that cool? I mean, they're basically kit bashed. They were kit bashed pieces that the Kenner guys created. And then Tess Bodley, I don't know if you don't know her, look her up on Insta or Facebook. She does amazing 3D prints of Kenner characters, and now she's even gone bigger scale. Joel, you'd love it. She's got like a half scale, like a 1/2 scale Boba and some other characters.
I've got Yoda set up on my build plate to make.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk. But anyway, kind of moving around in the vintage space. Complete Ewok Village, which later became like the Robin Hood free house thing, whatever Kenner did with that.
I've seen people stack those things, and they're freaking awesome when they stack them.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I haven't seen that actually. One of the cooler carrying cases, complete, and it hasn't been cut or moved out, and that's the gun, like the big blaster. That's a figure case. Pretty cool deal. And then there's 3PO carry case, complete in his box.
Even the gold version, huh?
Well, no, he's got the cardboard around it.
The cardboard, yeah.
I like the cardboard that's inside of them too, Trent. Like I've seen people do that for art.
Yes. Actually, let me show you. I might kind of went over it quickly, but that kind of stuff, right, Jeff?
Yeah,
like
exactly. The insert that they did.
Yep. The inserts for the Vader and the 3PO were the rounded. They were the shape of the head, so it's pretty cool.
And they were front and back. They're front and back.
Yep. Micro collection. I don't know if you all were just crazy about these as a kid, but the detail, the die cast, and the dioramas they made were just fantastic. So I, of course, had to have these complete in box.
Brett hooked me up with a Sears Millennium Falcon again. I had it when I was a kid, and I needed it so bad.
Yes. Here is the TIE Bomber, probably one of the most difficult to find in the die cast, the micro collection, complete and not yellow and gross. Yeah, very, very.
I was yours is not yellow.
Yeah, mine's in pretty good shape. Kinder didn't produce very many of those. And then if you see the Besman play set, so I've got the whole Besman thing going on here.
I think Joey just nailed it. This is a freaking museum. Outstanding.
Yep.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that a lot. Then I kind of move into the similar theme, but with Hoth. So Mr. Wampa there's some micro collection, this weird thing that we never saw on screen. Kinder created it.
I know they started making up toys. They're like, just put that Star Wars on it.
You know what's cool is Izzy has created these for Michael Hawes.
Yeah, he did.
6 scale, right? And they're insanely detailed. I mean, his design was fantastic.
Yeah.
And he did a couple of the Hoth vehicles, yeah. But then a couple Tauntauns hanging out in there. And then I think he did the PDT-8 and the Cap 2, I think, too.
Yeah, he did there in Michaels.
Yep. But then wax packs from the Empire, just some cool. Topps just did so good with these because the scenes that they used in their card runs were just so badass.
Yeah.
And the little phrases. What does this one say? The courage of Skywalker. Like, how much more bold can you be? It's just dope. So then kind of moving through just some carrying cases. We got the Yoda puppet and the Yoda fortune teller, little ball Yoda, right?
So, funny story. When I for one of the first interactions I had with Trent, I get this package in the mail, and he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to send you something," and he sent me the Yoda fortune teller. He had a duplicate of it. He sent it out of the blue, just as like, "Hey, I thought this would make sense for you on your desk. Just have something a little cool that you don't have."
That's freaking badass, dude.
I've never seen it in my life, so it's really neat. So
it's a special one, yeah, and that I love him. I don't really use mine much. I don't know if you do, Jeff. I mean, he's locked in the cabinet, but anyway, he works.
That's how I make decisions during the day. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, obviously, right? Yeah. Who else better than the little green guy?
Yeah.
This is in the back. There is my all-time favorite carrying case. I had that one as a kid. The artwork on that just sums up Empire, like through and through. Yeah, I mean the freeze chamber, you name it. Great carrying case. Joel, are you talking about this one, the micro? Yep. But yeah. Yep. This thing in box in good condition will set you back a bit. But I was able to find it loose, complete, in a real good shape a few years ago. Real proud of that piece. Yep. Yeah. And then Drill 44, the whole Hoth complete playset in box.
Is that a KB sticker on that?
It is indeed. Good eye. Right. You see it? It's maybe a Toys R Us. I can't tell.
It might be Toys R Us.
But yeah, I've got some KB stuff somewhere around in here too. There's these two cool pieces. I mean, Kinder they just killed it with these things back in the day. Look at the detail on that dude. The Probot playset. not my favorite, but actually quite a solid little playset. And it exploded. You know, the Probot came apart. All that was kind of fun.
I really liked that set. That was one of my favorites when I was a kid.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the Imperial Attack Base, which this is complete inbox. Just again, Kim Simmons, shout out to him forever on how he staged this stuff. So cool. And then if we look down, there's the Hoth world, the whole Hoth world loose. So I have one in box and then loose complete.
Is that Iron Cannon studio scale? So I know.
Oh, yeah, right. It still does the little rat-a-tat-tat noise too. It's cool as it rotates.
I think they all do.
Yeah, yeah. But now let's see. So I'm going to back out here. PSD Armory. So we're going to get into some more. Obviously, we're going to get more into the Jedi vintage, but some custom soon. PSD Armory did the helmet and the breastplate, the bust.
That's the one that I took and made my full.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Piece out of, yeah.
Behind there too.
Very good. And then I've got the Japanese sort of quarter poster.
Cool.
I don't know if you quite see that, but
That's badass.
I love the Japanese variations. Yeah, I don't know if you can. Yeah, it's kind of behind the thing. I don't know if you can see there.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yep. Yep.
While you're doing that, Trent, Joey's asking, what's your favorite piece? Grail, Trent.
Grail piece. So I got a couple stories. They're going to be figures. One of them's going to be an R2, and the other one's going to be an actual more modern Hasbro Luke Jedi. The Luke Jedi was because that was the first piece my parents bought me when I started collecting again. It was a gift, I think, on Christmas or birthday, and they knew I was doing this collecting thing, and they're like, "Well, here you go." And that's a special one for me, right? Because that's the first one that got me when I started. And then I have an R2. Well, there's Mando Sideshow, just probably one of the best busts they've done. But yeah, and then my R2 is first 12. And my wife surprised me that as a wedding gift, actually.
Cool.
So those are going to be the two, like, you know, they say if your house, you know, what did they say? If your house is on fire, what are you going to do? Those would be the ones I'm going to try to get out of here. So TV stand area, but then I do like these dudes are kind of badass. That's the Kodabakaya, and they scaled just right in the little cubby. Kodabakaya, I always thought just did the most amazing detailed work.
That was the Build-A-Figure one, right? With Fett.
No, I have those in a different case. Those are a different scale. Those are the ones where you kind of build around Vader. Is that the ones you're talking about, Jeff?
Maybe. I thought this one was the Fett one too.
No,
these are just you pop their arms in, right, their limbs, and they were done. And I think they had a scale Vader too that you could include in this, but they were all individual. But I just love that.
Yeah, cool.
There's the
Yep.
There's the remote. We talked about that one earlier. Trooper Trent.
Yeah, it's a beautiful kit.
Amazing work he does. Then really a major showpiece. As you walk in, you just see these things big as life. And those are the original one sheets. Yeah, got all those. I'd love to do more posters, but the walls aren't going to allow me to do it.
What size are the 24 by 36 or the
24 by? Yep, these are 24 by 36. So these are what we saw in the lobbies, you know, hanging up as a kid. Yep. So arguably, I think probably one of Gentle Giant's best pieces they ever did. Gentle Giant's homage to McQuarrie has been so good over the years. And the whole Star Killer Invader duel, you know, is just in that. Of course, that's patterned right off McQuarrie's concept art. So good. And then that's Red Leader. I believe that is from Dunu Novo or Novos, whatever they used to be called. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I think that's a Novos.
Yeah.
And then this is RS. This is the Wedge RS. And we've got Dennis's autograph on this this piece.
They look great on those head.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, the little things, right, that we've all struggled with. I struggled to find the head bus I really liked for display. These came from Amazon. Absolutely love them.
Yep.
Just have a nice classic look to them, you know, real clean.
Yeah,
And
they're
then,
not creepy either. They don't have like
yeah, weird eyes looking at you and stuff.
Yeah.
So again, Kodabakaya on the Trooper, just love their detail. This blaster, Evan might recognize this because I think we got blasters from the same guy last year at Wonderfest. Do you remember that, Evan?
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I bought the Jawa blaster from that guy. Yeah,
you did. I think I ended up driving it home with me, didn't I? Because you didn't want to fly with a blaster in your luggage.
He had nice weapons.
Yes, yeah, they did. Yeah, I forget the creator. I don't remember his name, but
I forget his name too. Check out.
But these are a hyperdrive pair. I've actually got I've got the head cap on the way. This is very glary. Sorry, got the head cap on the way. But this is Frankie's work. The B-wing and the B-wing pilot helmet, which is just phenomenal detail on that thing. So I've got the pilot cap on the way. I've got a custom getting worked on there, and then this would be the Martin Morris. And this is just the 72nd scale. The paintwork is phenomenal on this dude. I don't know.
Well, and the model didn't come with the stand, if you will. It was just the model. So it's cool that they mounted it like that. And
yeah. So yeah, and then of course it's got the creator himself, Bill George's. Thanks to Ariel for that plaque, and that was a really limited run on hyperdrive. I think it was only like 10 of those created. My man here, Mr. Hazy, just phenomenal. I have this thing sometimes turned on in the dark, and he just looks so badass in the dark. Yeah, cool. Yep. And then across from that, Mr. Matt from Empire Essentials did an incredible AT-AT pilot. I've got a couple of Matt's pieces you're going to see later. Yep, phenomenal stuff. I think I might have talked him into doing this because he had decommissioned this run. I said, "Could you do one more?" And so he did, and I love it. And then Simon, we all know Simon's work there in the back, so that's a sideshow there. But Simon stuff, the clappers, guys. If you don't have a Simon clapper, go get you one. The detail he puts into the recreation of the studio clapper boards, awesome. I've had people that when I've shared those are like, "Dude, what auction did you get that from?" Wow. I said, no, it's a replica, but you wouldn't know it. They're so good.
Yeah, he does great work.
So this little guy hiding in the corner, this is a Stan Solo, and you either love Stan Solo or you hate him. I think Stan Solo creations. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. It's more like he hates us. I don't know.
Well, you're right. Sorry. I guess we don't really have beef with Stan, but the whole community is a weird story. But
so, do you have the vinyl cloak with it?
I have the vinyl cloak somewhere. I don't know where. I'm afraid it actually might be lost or it might be in my storage. But this dude is like, life size.
That's so cool, dude.
That is cool.
Like you would have never thought as a kid you'd have a life-size vintage Jawa. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So
if
cool.
I can't find the vinyl, I need to have someone probably stitch me a cloth, and so we can complete him out because he looks kind of naked there.
I guess better than the vinyl, anyways.
True. Agreed.
Trent, that would be one of my questions. Is like, so growing up as a kid, right? You had vintage figures, and like, what was your like one figure? Like, if your mom said to you, like, "Hey Trent, we gotta go. Like, you can only take one character with you. Which one are you taking?"
Yeah. Wow. Maybe Chewbacca. He was a big one. He was tall. Yeah. And I think I played with that damn thing so much it was really smooth. Like the finish had worn off. He's really smooth. I remember I can feel him in my hand still. Or probably like one of the creatures from Jabba's palace. I'm trying to think. Maybe Squid Head. I know that's weird. No, the Squid Head was just so different and cool, and we saw him for like 2 seconds in the film, right? But
I just remember that growing up, where like your parents were always like, "No, you can't take all the figures. We're not going to do a battle scene when you were at the doctor."
Exactly, and that's a tough question. Well, like what's our grail today as big kids and stuff, but as a little kid, you're like, "Oof, don't make me choose," right?
Right.
Vibro Axe, again done by Mr. Hazy.
Oh, that's cool.
And Joel,
I
I'm
remember
still contemplating how to display this thing kind of up high where he really stands out. Right now, I've just got him kind of kicking it here next to
I'm
the
just
cabinet.
amazed you have something of mine in your collection because
Oh no!
it's
Listen,
an honor.
the pleasure is mine, dude. All mine. So here's the back of the room.
Oh my God! Look at that. See what I mean?
Wow.
So what we've done is just kind of rounded the first half of the large room.
So tune in next week for the rest of Trent's tour.
Yeah.
Well,
next week we'll go over.
Listen, I want to be respectful of time. Am I good, guys? Do I need to speed up or?
Oh, dude.
No, you're fine, man.
This is a blast.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Your episode.
Cool. So these are lobby cards, and I posted this a while back. I'm starting a run of these, and the history behind these lobby cards is pretty cool. They're just little stills, whether they be production shots or behind the scenes, like that first one right there. And they were sent to all the theaters all over the world, U.S. and UK predominantly. And these are original lobby cards.
I love that Luke one.
Oh, I mean, that Luke is the iconic Bespin, coming at you, Luke. Just
I have to ask Trent. It's like you find some of the coolest stuff here that I didn't even know existed, right? So, like, without giving away too many secrets, how are you finding out about this stuff? Are you just living on eBay? Are you talking in chats?
So it's a little of a lot of things. It's I talk to people. Like I said, I've had a library of things. Gus Lopez and Duncan Jenkins, the Star Wars Collector Archive. Bookmark that if you don't already. I mean, it's still an amazing resource. And a lot of it was rabbit holes. When I started learning about Takara and Meccano, I just went down that hole, and then I learned more and more and more. And it's weird, Scott. It's just I see something, and it could be at a con or on one of the community pages or whatever it is, and it just triggers a thought.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so this is a perfect example. This is a really narrow bit of wall. I'm like, well, what can I do with this? I'm like, well, these lobby cards scale perfectly just down the road. So, I don't know. I don't know if that answers it, but it's a little, this may sound cliche, but it's like a little organic. It just sort of kind of happens. A lot of it is me just searching for shit at midnight in bed. I'm just looking and thumbing and, it just,
they're Googling Star Wars shit. What comes up?
Yeah, basically. So let me get back to, so we saw the door. I want to kind of focus on, of course, this is probably one of the best things Hot Toys ever did.
Yep.
I mean, that's, you can't do any better than that. I don't actually have the lights. I never bothered to put the batteries in before I mounted it, and I don't want to touch them. So the lights don't come on the vein, but
they
whatever.
burn out fast.
Exactly. So I went hunting. I had this idea, I want right next to this guy with his belt. I want his belt. I want his belt. So I found an Etsy creator who was doing an incredibly good replica of the Bespin belt, Luke's belt. And I went in and I hope I didn't do a terrible job on this. I went in and weathered the hell out of it. I scratched it. I sandpapered it. I just made it look really, really dirty and rough and worn. Right.
That's great. I was just thinking of Gus Lopez's display with that belt, how it was all cut around.
Yes. I have.
You got the blaster in there. So which blaster is that?
So I'm trying to bear with me. I am really struggling with the whole reverse thing of the camera. Okay, there we go. If you can see it. So this is Blaster Factory.
Okay.
So this is, gosh, I'm going to forget the guy's name who runs the studio, but I have a few of his pieces. Amazing stuff.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. They're blaster kits, whether you want to kit them yourself or just get them put together, top notch.
Yeah.
So this is the Bespin blaster. I've got the DL44 over there in a minute. And then this is actually just the Disney. This is the Disney hilt.
Dude, it looks good there.
I think so. Right. I just, and I got a custom hook. The hook mount doesn't come with it because Disney's goofy and they won't give you that. I don't know why. So this is Wanawanga. And I just mounted the Wanawanga, the little D-clip to the hilt. Wanawanga. So we all know this guy. This is again a Disney piece. Not
how much those
Joel,
go for on eBay?
Not Joel quality, but I like
they go crazy.
They're going for $1,200 on eBay.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Actually, I mean, I'll tell you what, the detail on this dude, the pictures on the launch on the site looked awful, looked abysmal. Yeah. Like, it looks terrible. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll try this, and if it's a turd, I can take it back. I really like him, and he's proper scale and all this. So yeah, he's a cool little guy.
Yeah,
good.
So I tell you what, I'm going to go this direction first. So,
oh shit,
here we go. I said that other thing about Sideshow is probably their best. This is pretty good.
I didn't realize
they killed it.
Knowing premium formats quarter scale, it's like I don't realize the size until it's sitting next to the C-3PO head. Then
I mean, I'll back up. See that?
Yeah,
he trumps Cloud City and the 3PO. I don't know why this one is probably one of my more favorite collages. Of course, we all know the Cloud City, the Spice Runners exclusive.
Yep.
Gorgeous piece there by that studio. Mr. Marcel.
Yeah.
And his work is, I've got a few of his pieces, and I'm exceptionally proud to have those in my collection.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, just his work, guys. We all know. And then we get into Regal.
Logan.
So Regal Robot. And I've had to split all the maquettes. There's so many of them now. Tom, their studio's just on fire.
Yeah.
But you see in the back there's another Simon Revenge clapper.
Nice.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, so I wanted to pair that with the Jedi maquettes. And then I've always liked these. I don't know if y'all can remember. Gentle Giant did these for a time. The cartoony.
I always wanted the Boba Fett.
I love that
the animated version.
Absolutely.
The animated. Sorry, yeah, the animated's right. And I mean, look at the fun poses in the face.
Yeah.
I just love them.
The Cad Bane one is really good from this series.
The Cad Bane was good. The one that I really want, my grail in this line, is the Dewback with the Sand Trooper.
Oh yeah,
and everybody who has that knows what they've got, and I won't even utter the price because it's stupid.
Isn't that the one where he's looking at a smaller creature? Like he's
there's a little like weird creature that I don't remember from the original film, but the Dewback's kind of got his head cocked to the side, and it's a great sculpt. But that's really the one that eludes me in the animated. But I just, the Slave Leia she's so dope.
Oh yeah, I love the Bausch.
Yeah, those are going up big time in price too, like the Bausch and the Leia, and they're going up big time now. They have a Grievous that's really cool.
R2.
Yep. Just some random stuff here. I had to throw this little pop. I thought he was cute. I don't have a lot of pop anymore, but that's a cute one.
That's a great pair.
And then of course the Blast Shield. Then this is a Barry creation, a custom.
Yeah, that's right.
Janine piece. Love that one. I've got some those panels dotted around the whole collection room. Then this is from a great creator who does graffito type style art. His name's Jeremiah. He's always at IC.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Pintoya, I think it is. I forget his last name.
That's
but
badass.
He's about 50 minutes, maybe an hour from us.
Oh, really? That's cool. No way. That's cool. Yeah, he does great stuff.
Who did the Blast Shield helmet?
The Blast Shield
looks great.
I'm going to forget. The weathering is great on that. Gosh, I almost want to say Trooper helmet, but I don't think it came from his studio. I don't remember. It's not Vince's stuff.
Okay.
I don't remember, Scott. I actually don't remember that. That might have been just a one-off custom I had done.
Yeah. It looks great. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, I love it. So then I've got a little Vader homage here. And of course, I've got this big dude right in the middle.
That is
center of it.
awesome.
Red ass with the helmet, dude.
Yeah, it looks great.
Wow.
Yep. So I've got the EFX there. The Sideshow run, not Sideshow, the who did this?
Hyperdrive, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Hyperdrive exclusive. I forget the creator, but I mean, we all know the EFX, but this is just stellar work.
Skunkworks did one.
Yeah, I forget that other guy that did it. I forget him.
I can't remember his name now. Yeah,
one guy who started it, another guy finished it.
Right.
So good,
that's right. That's right.
And then of course I've got Murr's. I've got Murr's signatures across both.
Oh, Brian's a nice dude.
Brian's a very nice guy. Yes, very fan friendly guy.
Rex did an amazing interview with him. I learned so much in that interview when I was editing that video about like the costumes and stuff that he was doing.
Go back up for a second, Brent. The RMQ, the sabers.
Oh yeah, these are a core
That's
band.
from that's original from the actual scene, the portfolio scene from RMQ. That's the duplicates of those.
Yeah, the laser swords. Yeah.
Vader
but just this has always been a showpiece for me, and just what Marcel did with this and the homage to RMQ, incredible. So my favorite of yours, brother. I love it.
That's definitely
and then kind of keeping the theme with Ralph. Again, Gentle Giant just killed it with the Ralph McQuarrie, little mini bus. So good.
And that's Ralph in the center, right?
And that's Ralph in the middle.
Oh, that is cool, dude.
Yeah, Ralph in the center.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, you got the 3PO, and then
3PO is cool.
The Yoda. I love, and I think I've got all these but one. And I think it's the Star Killer, like the individual Star Killer I don't have. But
damn.
Then you get the good and the bad over here. One side good and the other side the Empire. And I mean, look at that. It's just the detail is so good.
Yeah, it's like I had no idea this stuff even existed. I know like Dewback would know, possibly, Jeff, because they know the old Gentle Giant stuff, but
yeah.
I've never seen it before.
And then what I was saying earlier was the Kodabakaya. I don't know if this is what you were thinking about, Jeff.
The Vader in the center where he's like doing this like fist up in the air.
Fist in the air. I thought about it as a completist, trying to get all of them, and then I'm like, you know what? I like them at different heights and spaced out. But the detail again, Kodabakaya they were a damn good studio.
Well, that piece forms a whole Empire cog with Vader in the center.
Exactly.
It's like puzzle pieces that goes around in a circle.
That's
cool. If you have it complete, it's a phenomenal display piece.
That's great.
And then this is the Jazz 6 scale snow speeder. And if I can get in tight on this, my man Chris put together a DAC. He put together a DAC sculpt. It's kind of hard to see in there. Sorry, I don't have the lights on.
It's all good.
But he did me a DAC. And then this is just the Hot Toys Luke, which the Hot Toys pilot Luke, phenomenal sculpt.
Yeah.
One of the best. Yep. And then some more Ralph McQuarrie. I've got quite a few of his pieces all over. This one is actually pencil signed by Ralph.
Wow.
He did so much great stuff for the fans, signed a lot of pieces over his lifetime. So then coming back down, another clapper. And then I actually kind of kitted this one myself a little bit. I got the hat from an Etsy creator, and then just said, I'm going to try to find light goggles and sort of the windbreak or whatever. Put together the Hoth Trooper, sort of the Luke.
Nice.
And the Luke snow scene. Again, here's more maquettes from Regal. Just again, their work, they're just crushing it. Back there is a Blue Harvest. Blue Harvest.
These clappers are so cool that you have different ones in different locations throughout. It really connects everything.
Well, what's cool, J2, also with Simon, you can say, hey, I want this certain scene because it means a lot to me, this scene. And he'll go find a clapper if he can and recreate that from that scene. That my Empire clapper is, I Am Your Father. I had to go there. So he's got the clapper from Studio Shots. Isn't that cool? Again, more animated.
I would say Miles said it was Jeff Curtis is the one who made the Hyperdrive McQuarrie helmet.
That's it, Jeff. Yes, you got it, Miles. That's right. Talented guy. And that one was kind of a weird commission because it got stopped for a time. They had something go wrong with their first dude, and he came in and essentially saved the project, from what I understand. Funny, just little random things. There's just a little balsa wood falcon. Why not? It's cool, little guy. Pit droid, full scale.
Nice.
He's fun.
I like the lens on that one. That one's cool.
Yeah, and he actually is backlit. I just don't have batteries in him, but he lights up. So then I'll go back. I'll kind of back up to the island here. So I've got an island in the room, and of course we all know the Roman probe droid. Phenomenal work. And I actually put a snowy kind of base under him, put some stone, like slate stone, into the foam to try to give it sort of a snowy undercarriage, I guess.
That's badass, dude.
That's good.
Yeah. Then coming across, I want to redo my hilts, and I know Miles and I were talking one time about some different display options for hilts. But basically, my real prize in this, I want to show you guys up close, is my Graflex. My original Graflex.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't see too many of these that are really in decent shape anymore.
Nope.
They're either pieced apart, or they're pretty rusty, and then you can do some stuff to kind of shine them up. But this one, no, it's funny. A guy noticed this. This is on upside down. I've actually not loosened the clamp to turn it the right side up the way it was in the studio shots during the production. But nevertheless, yeah, there's an original Graflex. And then I've got some Roman stuff in here. I've got some Disney stuff, just random bits.
Yeah, just some random bits. Trent, could you move on?
Yeah, I know. Probably one of probably one of this studio's best works. We all know it. Let me face the right way. Yeah, there you go. The Lambda.
Yep.
With Bill George's signature there.
The lighting on it's great. Love that.
Oh yeah, thank you. Joel, there's our Chirpa. I remember him.
Pat Blue, right?
Pat Blue. Sorry, excuse me, not Chirpa. Pat Blue. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that.
Oh, whatever.
We all know that.
Whatever, Joel.
Yeah, Joel. Come on.
Whatever, Joel.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Kind of funny.
You better not bang on past Joel. We're mad at
Yeah, I know, right? Kind of funny thing I did here. I took, and I want to weather this, but I took the dome from Disney, and I just decided to kind of fill random credits, Beskar or whatever in it, and make it like a little pot of gold, if you will.
Dude, are you familiar with hyperspace props?
I am. Yep.
They are the best.
They are, aren't they? I know. Their likeness. I mean, the stuff they create that's just so lifelike, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so moving along, that's the Anovos. That thing, when Anovos lost its license and went through the whole ownership transition, I thought this thing was gone forever. Like I was never going to see it, because this was the last piece Anovos launched before that whole crazy happened to him.
Yeah.
And this thing took about 2.5 years to get to me, but boy, is it badass. Yeah. And then some Kodabakaya and some, I think, Gentle Giant down there. Or actually, that might be, no, I forget who this one's by, but anyway. Joel, your favorite piece.
Cut it up.
Yeah, look at him, all adorable.
Love the maquette with it.
Yeah, a little maquette. That's of course a Regal piece. Then these little hilt toppers, which I think are just super fun. Some of what Disney's done is so cool, and the Love Cat and the little porg. And then we get in
the Wampa.
Yeah, the Wampa. I've got him somewhere around here.
You still have those, Joel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are.
There's the Blaster Factory, Joel. I think you have this one too, don't you?
No, I made my own.
Oh, you made one. Yeah, that's right. You made one.
Blaster Factory's better.
Well, again, his work is so cool, so good. Yeah, and a great guy to work with too. Some Gentle Giant stuff. Of course, that's the Disney piece. This is. I don't have a ton of Master Replicas because I came in very late in the game with Master Replicas. But this is probably one of my favorite of theirs. The Rebel Trooper Blaster.
It's probably the first gun you see in A New Hope.
I think it actually technically is, because you see it before the troopers bursted in on them. That's right. This, of course, we all know the story. Sideshow's recreating all this stuff, whatever. But there's the original one. Still, I think it's a great sculpt.
Oh yeah,
it's so mean and badass. And then EFX did this limited run, which was pretty cool, little small version. I didn't get to sign Joe Johnson because I've already got his autograph on other stuff, but Probably in terms of statues. I mean, who of us can argue this? But that's XM, I believe, right? Isn't this XM? Yeah. Incredible. So moving along.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
We know this guy. Sorry.
Yeah.
The John Holmes. Yep.
Yeah, and then Kit Fisto. Actually, quite a good little Kit Fisto sculpt, I always thought.
Yes. Still holds its own for being 12 years old now.
It does, right? Yeah. This was a customs from a guy in, I think he might be in the UK. I can't remember, but well worth the wait. Just did a great job. All leather.
For that figure, I'm not a fan of him, but the highlighting of the nose there, that's amazing looking.
Yeah. The
Makes
paint
it
work.
pop.
From the Clothier guys or the?
No, it wasn't Clothiers. It was.
Speaking of,
man, I'm gonna forget the studio now. Actually, I'll have to hunt it down.
These guys.
This is Clothiers. Yeah,
that's Clothiers. Yeah,
that's definitely Clothiers.
Yeah, and then this was a custom small run of the Gamorrean, and I'm trying to remember who did this.
Galactic Works.
I think it was Galactic Works. That sounds right.
Yeah.
I missed out on other Gamorreans here or there, but something about his pose just hooked me. So he's got to kick it in there with the rest of the Jedi stuff.
Micro series there.
Yeah,
this is actually this is what were the mail order stuff? I got a slew of them over here next to me they were from the UK.
D'Agostini.
D'Agostini stuff. This is D'Agostini.
Wow. Cool.
A sail barge.
That one.
Yeah, they did the little miniature ships.
Miniature ships and helmets.
Run of those.
Yep. And then of course Rose's really great artwork, hollow chests.
I love that.
And then I've got some stuff in here. I owe a thanks to Jason Eaton for that IG. He was selling some of his 6 scale, and I snagged that one from him a while back.
Nice.
This Muddy Mando, I think, beats the pants off of the Anobos. It's much more muddy. Yeah, and this was a guy again I found just on one of the community pages a couple years ago. I love it. And then this IG is from our man Yins.
Oh yeah.
And I need to actually hook it back up. I don't have the lighting hooked up on him, but great detail. It's hard to see through the case maybe, but just
no, it looks good. Nice job, Yins.
Yep. Speaking of Yins, we'll go over to this case.
Oh yeah.
The land speeder. Just gorgeous. I mean, just knocked it out the park. And then the torture droid, which is again that from that studio was phenomenal.
Yeah, that's good.
So D'Agostini's up here.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So I've got not all the helmets because they did so many helmets and ships, but I just kind of over time I've gotten the ones I really liked.
I had a metric shit ton of those. And I got rid of
them.
Yeah,
I remember.
Well, I took them all out of the acrylic because it was that cheap plastic that scratched when you looked at it. So I'm like, well, I like them just open, just kind of exposed. So, and then some more Gentle Giant. I mean, Gentle Giant mini bus. They're very accessible and just great pieces.
I like the little wombat thing.
Yes, right.
Yeah, a little rat creature thing. And then there's some more helmets. This random selection of helmets here. And then the escape pod.
Nice.
And that's
Oh,
then there's the D'Agostini with it.
Yeah, that one looks great.
Yep. So moving down this case, the Tusken, just what Tom and his team did with this Tusken Raider is, I think, maybe some of the best prop work or replica work that's come out in years. Just amazing.
Looks really good.
And then the Disney little trooper doll we saw in Rogue One. This was a fun little Charlie Bailey reissue. I think, Jeff, you got the Walker, if I'm not mistaken, don't you?
I have the Falcon and the Walker.
I had the Falcon too, yeah. So Charlie, through Hector, so many thanks to Hector, they did another run of the miniature. And Charlie included a really cool story about it. It's hard to read, but fun little piece. And then this is just sort of, again, I'm kind of randomly throwing some things together here. I can't justify paying the Hot Toys price for the Gunner, even though I think it's a much better sculpt than the old Sideshow, but it is what it is. And then
yeah,
this gunner came from RS.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And RS's work is phenomenal. If you're patient, it's good. Right? Just takes a long time.
Key. That's the key. You gotta be patient.
You gotta be very patient with RS. So
nice.
And then so this is what I've been talking with some about. Let me point to the right thing. So this is the B&G, and it's the Macquarie. They did 2 runs of Macquarie right on acrylic. And I think I have I'm going to play with it. And Jeff, you were pinging me the other day. I'm going to see if the backlighting is going to work for my idea. And then I'll have that thing backlit, so it'll really show off.
Yeah, let me know, because I'm out of ideas on it, because I want to see what it looks like backlit. But
it is tough. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge on that one. But the Walker, of course, phenomenal. And then Outcast. If you don't know Outcast, they do some really cool stuff, and this is one of them.
Very
phenomenal
cool.
work. Great statue. So let's see. This is the bar area in the back. I
It's
tinker back here.
Bigger than our kitchen.
I have. Yeah, I've got a bunch of geekies in here. You know, you all know Geeky Tiki. Got a whole tiki run in here, just some random little shapes of characters and stuff over time. Geekies. Then I have my little homage back here to Don Post.
Dude, badass. Oh, that weekly too. Wow.
Yeah, so Don Post Studios, which again, many of us can thank him for his creative just genius back in the day. All the different variations of creature and this and that. These are tough to find in good condition that aren't completely destroyed, worn, torn, stained, you name it. And I have these basically mounted to motorcycle helmet balls, like the things you just throw up on the So it kind of has a cool industrial look underneath it.
That's cool. I've seen someone with the Don Post collection like that. That's really unique.
Yeah, it's really cool. I agree, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Mask, that's the same mask that was used in
ET.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, that's the one we see in the street on Halloween night. That's right.
That's so cool.
And then this is kind of a fun little. So I've got tiki shot glasses, whole slew of them. You can see all the different characters. Their detail is so good. They do such a great job. Those are fun just to have display. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. And then panning out here, Gentle Giant, and what they've done with the vintage large scale stuff is so cool. You'll see in a minute. I've got a whole case full of them.
It's an early bird special.
And that's the early bird. Yeah, it's the early bird large scanned vintage. Cool. That box, it's hard to appreciate how big that thing is in the window. It's pretty good size. Yeah. This was a WonderCon.
MegaCon.
Or MegaCon, that's right, not WonderCon. MegaCon. Evan, you probably know the artist. I forget his name, but
I remember when you bought those.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh hey, I didn't. The general, I didn't even notice he was on. Man, yeah, you caught the itty bitties. I think these are super cute. Yeah. They're about this. They're about the height of a quarter each, and their detail is really, really fun. Really good.
I like the stand. The stand's cool.
Oh, yeah, you got a stand?
Yeah, that neat. Yeah, though the wooden tiki carvings are great. Cantina, and then Force Labs, Snow Speeder, and then the R2 kicking it behind there. The same creator as the 3PO. This also came from Orlando.
Oh yeah, I remember.
This is the guy that did the metal works.
That booth was awesome.
Yeah. His stuff. I followed him and chatted with him here and there, and someday I'm gonna get another piece of his. Such good work, amazing.
The pod racers that he did were freaking crazy.
Oh yeah, and I ended up getting. I mean, this is a rather small piece compared to what some of the things he had. Just insanely good work, and all metallurgy, like it's all welded. And, yeah, pretty cool. So a wall of some prints.
Ooh,
our man, Mr. Dave Boudreau.
Boudreau prints.
He was here.
Was Dave on? Oh, cool. Yeah. Hey, Dave. his work just exceptional. I mean, just the detail, and I call these the what ifs. I think he labels this series some differently. It's maybe not called what if, but it's basically the scenes we don't see, right? Which is pretty cool. Yeah. So Greedo going into the cantina, and then two tubes, more off. This came from the last celebration I was at. They celebrated the 9. Yeah, we can kind of hide some of those. But anyway, so I am forever a Williams fan. I always will be, and much love to the maestro. And this is a concert poster. When he was doing Hollywood Bowl, I'm not so sure with his age and health anymore if he's doing it, but this is a concert poster it's a foil poster from the Hollywood Bowl. And if you can tell what that is, isn't that wonderful?
It's a Death Star disco ball.
It's a Death Star disco ball. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. I don't know if you remember this one as a kid, but this is the PSA poster. Are your kids immunized? Weird, but had to have that. Yeah, some odd pop reference stuff. Here's my taps. I got the beer tap in the wall, and then of course,
the Falcon levers.
Got the Falcon levers. Here's more of Jeremiah's work. Again, super talented guy. This came from the IC. And then, Duff beer, because why not? And this is one of my prized possessions, honestly. I got the chance to meet Drew Struzan years ago, and it's kind of glary. Sorry, I'm trying to get that glare out of there. But this was his Revenge work he did for the Revenge poster, and Drew got to sign that, and I got to meet him and talk to him. Very, very cool. Special moment for me there with that piece.
Awesome.
These are not concrete, but they're some sort of a polystone material. I forget what it is, but they got great patina and weathering on them. Actually, when you touch them, you get that rusty stuff on your hands. Really cool. So I've got a variation of each. This one especially has that real rusty. This USB shouldn't be here. Sorry, and plug that.
That's from the Etsy shop. I've seen that guy.
Yeah, that's right. He came. That's an Etsy creator. You got it.
I have the 2 silver ones. I have his silver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the worn ones. There's something about how the water and the weathering on them was so cool. Yeah. This is the what if, I guess, of the Kenobi on Tatooine. That's Dave Boudreau. Chris Stevens, amazing creator in the UK. Does badass stuff. The Gamorrean. One scale. This is also one scale. We know him. This is actually a friend of Dave's, and I'm gonna forget the creator's name now, but I don't know how active he is anymore with creatures, but did an amazing job on Walrus Man.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I had to put it right next door to this beast, the badass guy. Yeah.
Pretty big.
Yep. So then this is, I didn't actually have this playing in advance, sorry, but I have a video that loops on this, but this is damn it, now I'm gonna forget who created this too. Oh god.
I'm in Villainy? Was it Kelly?
It's Kelly. Yes. Yeah, that's right. And his like machine work, if you will, like is so good. And he's such a cool creator to work with. He'll just like, what do you think of this color scheme or these greeblies? And like, yeah,
very meticulous.
Very meticulous too. Yeah. This came from a little pizza bar in North California, actually. And I just love how it's almost steampunkish, but not quite. It's just random weird pop art.
That's
the little guy there.
Cool that you get stuff like that, man. That rare random stuff.
I love if I find something like even if it's just a little off, a little different. That's what I love about it.
One of a kind.
And then there's a Macquarie signed, and then again another Dave Boudreau.
Nice.
I love that one.
That's probably my favorite one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
That whole what if, like
absolutely love that one.
What if he saw? Yep. So panning back across the bar, we see this beautiful mug.
Nice.
That's nice.
Joel Hazy. Oh, sorry, I'm butchering up the angles here, guys. But no, Joel, this is I love this piece so much. He just came
Thank
out
you.
so great.
I appreciate that, man.
Red snags, yeah. That Greedo, I'm trying to remember who that was by. That's not a Don Post. That was a custom.
That could be. Is it Chris Stevens? Maybe.
That's not a Stevens. It was some other creator. I can't remember who now. And I got that through a second party,
Yeah.
not from the direct creator, but I don't know. It's a tough call between Vader and this guy, but another Marcel creation. Very, very large presence in the room. It's hard to get an idea of the scale of this thing. But put him all in black. He just, yeah, so dope.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is by Michelle. And yeah, we did. I had an idea of a scene that I like. Hey, what about this?
Mm-hmm.
She did this all in pastel. Really, really cool
really
stuff.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Really
we call it Besman Camp. It's titled on the back of it, but the detailing is so good.
That is really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Good colors for the Dagobah. I mean, it really
Isn't it though? I mean, look how warm the lamp is.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's heat, you know. This was the inaugural poster. I got this from Prop Store some years ago for Star Tours.
Cool.
Props to Star Tours forever and always. This was when it launched in Disneyland in 1987, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yep.
So yeah. And then this was Pepsi.
Was that one of the posters that was in their office or corporate office?
This one here, Evan, got about?
Yeah.
So this was actually from the park. This poster, at the time that the ride was launched in Disneyland, that's where this piece came from.
Nice. Dude.
So yeah, and Prop Store had gotten their hands on it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's just the artwork is so." I forget who the artist was, but at any rate, this is a Pepsi. This is a Pepsi Cola little promotional cooler. He's just hanging out. I didn't have any other place to put him. I thought he was cute.
I agree with you, Joey. Joey's like, I just learned a ton by watching this room tour. Lots of things I'd never seen. Exactly. And CC, how you doing, CC?
Appreciate it. Yeah, so this came from Jeff Legolas. So he was offloading some of his bust pieces.
RS.
And then RS, yes. And then the underbody, if you will, came from our man Vince at Trooper Helmet.
Nice.
Great stuff. He does great work, guys. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Then I've just started a little random 6 scale here. Nothing too crazy. These are, of course, figures we all know and have seen, but just kind of doing some random stuff. I don't have a ton of 6 scale like you all do, but I'm kind of particular. But I like sort of how this sort of collaged out, whatever. And then this cool custom of IG in the back.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then the two Banes I thought were fantastic that have come out in the last year. These are just awesome pieces. And then that's an empty shelf down below. Let me do the other side of the island real quick. Oops.
But wait.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. So here's my little Hoth. Of course, got to have a Hazy Wampa. Gotta have. Probably one of the best sideshow 6 scales that there was. The detail on this thing is still incredible. Kind of a difficult one to find, I think, anymore. I don't know if you can find them on the aftermarket.
All of them are.
And I think that one's better than the Hot Toys too.
Agreed. I agree with you, J2. Yep, totally.
Really good.
Kodabakaya, again, just great random Kodabakaya sculpts. And then got to meet Chris Parsons last year, and he played like everything. He played good, bad, you name it, all of it. So probably notably known for being a bounty hunter, right? But got to talk to him. He was gracious to autograph for me. This is very glary. Let me open this so we can see it.
Nice.
This is from Matt.
Nice.
Oh, badass.
Yeah. So
Whoa.
gotta have the Dark Trooper here. That's one of the most badass creations from Mandalorian. I thought just incredible. And then the Hot Toys, which was a super great detailed piece. But Matt crushed it on that. That was just amazing. Then moving right along, we got the Anobos, the Shore Trooper.
Thank you, Justin. That's killer. Yeah.
Also with the Hot Toy. I love having the helmets and the figures paired together.
Mhm.
It just gives you like a nice sense of scale and detail on both ends.
Mhm.
And then also done by Matt is if I can get it open. Oop.
Badass.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Then the Death Trooper.
That looks great.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, kind of passed over this, didn't mean to. We got Bantha by Mr. Hazy.
I didn't know you had so many of my pieces. I didn't remember that. That's awesome.
Yeah. We did those Banthas together. I remember the bust and then I did skip this one. EFX did a run with Hamill, and I didn't have a Hamill autograph, and proud to say that I have one now. It's for the Mandalorian hilt. So basically, not the Tucson, like not the weathered one, but it's a little cleaner version than the one we saw in Jedi. But nevertheless, proud to have that one, and I got him paired nicely with the little Kenner Luke Jedi right there.
I like the way you display the different sizes and stuff. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then
It's not.
Oh yeah, dude.
Philip Thomas Robinson. Evan, I think you've got this guy hanging out in your collection too.
I do.
Yeah. Long time as well. You got to be more than patient and more than patient than you would even imagine to be.
Extremely patient.
Extremely patient. And I'll just say it was a lot of back and forth, but the end product was good. I did actually have to do some cutting and modifications to get him to pose the way I wanted to. But I got him mounted on some cool, Janine will appreciate this, Hobby Lobby logs.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I found these fake logs from Hobby Lobby. I packed them full of moss and threw the Roman props hilt there. And then I got the lamp from a custom
I was gonna say,
creator
where'd you
on
get the lamp? That's badass.
RPF. Actually, there's a guy on the RPF who was doing a run.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, little lamp. And I know Disney did a lamp too, I think, a while back.
Yeah.
But,
They did. They
yeah.
discontinued it.
Yeah, you got to go third party or aftermarket for that one. And then I've got him paired up with, again, one of Janine's cool 3D
that's great.
panels.
That one looks like a photo. It really looks like a photo.
Oh, it does.
Great.
It really does.
It's 3D printed.
I need to hit
I thought
Janine
it
up
was a
again on
photo.
that.
Yeah. He's just hanging out on the corner. I love actually where he ended up. Pretty cool stuff.
Hell yeah.
That little guy, you know
I
what that
need
is?
one of those.
How am I doing on time, guys? I don't want to
We're good.
Still good? Okay, cool. So again, some Hasbro stuff, pretty much what we've all seen, but I liked having the 6 scale paired with the helmets, the buckets, a couple different bet variations. Then I've got, this was a custom Macquarie FET that I found a creator. I think I found this creator through a different group. I can't remember which group it was. And then peeking out behind it is the Sideshow. And moving down across this way, similarly, Concept Trooper, and then the Macquarie behind it.
I like that. I think I have that file too. I
Yeah,
don't know why I don't print them.
Oh yeah, Joel. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Then we're kind of back into some vintage. Again, the wax packs. This is kind of some cool random stuff because when Jedi took over, the licensure blew up, as we all know. Like they were making Jedi toilet paper and just all kinds of shit that was unnecessary. So
with an Ewok.
Yeah, and you slap an Ewok on it and it's going to be sold, right? So that's pretty much what happened out there. But I've tried to get a boxed DL blaster for every variation. I'm missing the Empire. I have an Empire loose, but there's my Jedi DL blaster in box. These are cool. I don't know if y'all remember the acrylic paints, the little paint by number thingies. Yeah. So I just got a Vader actually recently that's down in the other cabinet, but those are all complete in box, as well as the battle damaged X-Wing from Jedi. That's kind of a little tougher one to find here and there in good condition. And then the band, Max Rebo band in box. A little bit of a yellowed blister, but still pretty good condition. And then the Scout Trooper blaster in box.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that. Yeah.
Somehow I ended up with 2 Ewok villages, so maybe I need to take Joel's advice and stack them up. I don't know. There's a Topps box, card box. This is kind of a cool one here. This was U.S., but this particular costume maker, I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Cooper. They basically were known. Yeah, that's right. They were known for stuffing in random boxes. So they put, like, for a time, there's several of these that have been issued out there. They put Star Wars characters. That's a Vader, but you can see it has no branding at all, except for the printing on the top that tells you what it is. Which you didn't need to be.
Vader.
Yeah, you didn't really need to be told what it was, but yeah, it's kind of weird that they would just randomly stuff them in whatever boxes they had in the warehouse. There's that Vader paint by numbers. That's a fun one. Board games, the Empire Give a Show. The Give a Show didn't make it past Empire. I guess kids didn't have any interest in the little thing, so they quit making them after that. There's a poncho back here. 3PO poncho. There's the big 3D. Again, I don't know if you guys remember the 3D poster art when you would unfold it, and it had dimensional, like you could fold it out and it had like texture, right? This is a huge thing, actually very tall, but that's all complete in box. Loose Rancor. There's another insert from a carrier, from a little figure case.
Man.
The vinyl.
There's
one.
Black Man. Yeah, there he is. So.
Yeah, because they had the old Evil Knievel room.
That is the van Jeff and I will show up with our pantyhose over our head.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Hit the like button. God damn it.
More Jedi pieces. They really started to create some pretty crazy vehicles. That's like a mini sail barge. I don't have the. I have the sail barge. Actually, I kind of skipped over that real quick. I have the. Now this is the newer skiff. This isn't actually the Power of the Force skiff, but my folks got me that some years ago, so I'm proud of that one. There's these banks. These are just super fun banks. They're all complete in their packaging. The Ewok glider, and then of course it's Kinner. It's fun. So this was actually from a Lionel train set, and. Yeah, and so because you would build a whole diorama out of the whole thing, right? So this was like a little scaled advertisement you put in your city, your little town.
That's cool.
And Dagobah playset with the little guy inside.
Nice.
There's so many Play-Doh sets that I'd still like to get my hands on. This is probably one of my favorites, and it's the Jabba Play-Doh set.
I had
So
the
you think
Empire
the
one.
Play-Doh's concrete at this point?
Oh yeah, it's hard as a rock in there. I'm sure of it. But I haven't even. I won't open that one. That one's all sealed and complete. Some stuff French Canadian color books, picture books. Then just some more of the micro stuff from earlier generations, the Death Star and compactor.
I had the one above it. I had that one, the Hoth generator.
Hoth generator. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then a lunchbox.
Yeah.
And moving on down, we see the play sets that Kenner kind of reused, like the Land of the Jawas. They basically reused the mold at the base for it, and they put a different cardboard backing on it.
Frankie said that Play-Doh probably doesn't taste good anymore. I was just thinking that. I was thinking.
Oh man, no, Frankie.
Kind of salty, right? It had a little bit of
salty. Yeah, I tell you, if you bit into that now, you'd break your jaw, or have worse things happen to you probably. Little nostalgic Easter egg here. The worst video game ever in box. The Atari 2600 ET.
So they buried all of them.
They buried all of them into a landfill. Yep.
They did. They're buried. Yeah. There's a great documentary actually about the unearthing of that. These guys went to go look for them.
Hey Trent, did you ever hear the story of the Dagobah playset where the creator put his daughter's last name or his daughter's first name into the?
That's right. The initials and the name, and I don't think it's facing the right way. Let me see.
I think it's towards
but I know what you mean. Yeah, the Kenner employee put her name in the mold, and the interesting thing about this too. I know this is kind of boring, probably, but the foam is a big deal.
Oh yeah.
If you can find the foam in that, you're a lucky boy, because that foam is usually gone.
Deteriorate.
He did the same thing on the end of the tauntaun tail too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I know, it's a great little Easter egg, isn't it? But then again, some more stuff. Some of this is from the UK, like the foam and bath shampoo set.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Some cool lunch boxes variations from Empire. There's another Play-Doh set from Empire.
That's the one I had.
Is it? Oh yeah, Joel, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, do you remember these little heads that had the little bits of candy in them? Yeah.
Hell yeah! I had the Return of the Jedi one. I just sold a complete set.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this is a complete one from Empire.
I've never seen that one.
Yep, candy heads are in there.
That is awesome.
So moving on into what I call the toy room. Actually, let me show you this. So this is the Home Depot body that I completely just beat to hell, weathered him, cut him, scratched him, put him in cargo netting. My intention was to hang this from the ceiling, and I wasn't quite able to pull that off. So he's just sort of propped here like he's just, leftover waste.
That's cool.
Badass.
The only thing though that I wasn't super stoked about the outcome was I used the Hasbro
Black
Trooper
Series.
helmet, Black Series, and the pigment, the dye they used is not the similar tone of the dye. I know this is like minute stuff, but it bugs me. You see how he's a little wider than the body?
Yeah.
So I'm likely going to go back to the Home Depot bucket and just beat it up and put it. But I wanted this one because it looked a little more.
I can tell you what to use for paint color.
Oh yeah, to even on that glossy.
Yep.
Would it go over the glossy? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Trent, that white really throws the whole room off. This whole collection tour just went to shit just now.
I know, man. Sorry, I shouldn't have even showed it. What am I thinking, right?
It goes the whole room. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Joel, we'll talk because it bugs me. I'm like, it's just not the right tone.
Yep,
but,
I know what you can use.
Yep, cool. I don't know if you saw on the other side of the room, I've got these little displays that just randomized studio photos that I pulled over the years, and I've amassed like something like 400 or 500 photos, portrait and landscape, and they just play. Kind of a neat little detail.
Yeah.
Then this is an original T-shirt from the Gary Kurtz production. This was the Empire with the Fire. We've all seen this image out there, and this was a auction piece, an original crew T-shirt. I need to actually have it remounted because it's kind of fallen a bit, but I just love that imagery is so wicked. The fire and everything else.
Man.
Yeah. Oh, there's a cool one of Kirshner and
Dude, some of those photos are badass.
Yeah, I've got a bunch, man. When I find them here or there, I'll just snag them and throw them on my cloud. These are cloud capable frames. So here's just some random this or that. That Kenobi is incredible. That's pencil.
Yeah.
Gorgeous work. Yep. I really am doing it an injustice. I should have it framed, I think. But we all know this Yoda, still super badass piece.
Mm-hmm.
Need to weather him up, put some rub and buff on him, make him really dirty and grimy and greasy.
Take some computer ribbon and split it and just sort of spread it apart and stick it in between the eyes and stuff.
Oh yeah, to fill in more wires and that kind of stuff, right? Yeah.
Look badass, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it. Janine's prints. Where is it? There it is. I'm pointing the wrong way. Leia. And this is I'm covering up the best part. Oh, come back. The red. Sorry, guys. Can you see that? Struggling with
the red filament.
Yeah, the blast coming out is so cool.
Cool.
And then I've got a K2 head bust. He lights up. I forgot to turn his lights on, but then this is just sort of some random droids, and so we got some Hot Toy stuff in here.
Oh yeah.
Some Gentle Giant, and then this real cool print from a con I got last year. Cool perspective of 3PO. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my wife loves to see this room to grow, as I call this. It's almost empty. All of us. So we all know this Webley.
Andy.
Our man Andy.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Gorgeous piece. Got it proudly up on the wall up high. And then this banner came from a customs guy. I met him like over a couple of years ago, and I've got this, what I call the toy room.
Oh wow!
Holy shit!
Damn,
Hey,
dude.
thanks, General Kenobi, for the super chat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you came out of the closet so you could put that in there.
Yeah,
Jesus
for real,
Christ,
right?
that's
I know. Like, how dare I, right? So,
awesome, dude.
so this one wall of the toy closet is Marvel. Mostly all graded, but to me they're key issues. They're not like all the chronological what have yous, but I just don't have the room to display them all the way I want. But I've got a grid of a lot of the key issues of the original Marvel line.
Really cool, man.
Yeah. Number one is tucked right there.
Yeah.
And then what I'm starting to do, I've already got my eye on it on something. The UK weeklies. I'm going to complete some key issues to me anyway on down the way. Those, of course, are so big that you can't get that many on a wall compared to the
so cool, dude.
U.S. Marvels.
I want to do that with my heavy metals.
Yeah, and I've got a great acrylic stand like wall solution thing. Just ping me. Works really good, and they're very minimal, so you just don't really see them. They just kind of look like they're floating. You guys probably remember these little satchels as a kid, little duffels.
Nope.
The little canvas bags, totes, whatever.
That was a little familiar, but yeah.
It's a satchel.
Yep.
Look at that shit. Oh my God.
So here's a lot of vintage, basically NPC models. I've tried to acquire as many. Yeah, I've tried to acquire as many NPCs in box unopened. Like I don't even want the cellophane off of them.
Wow.
And that's what you're looking at here. These still have the cellophane wrappers on them.
I just picked up the one with the Rebel transport that matches the little one with the AT-ATs and stuff.
Sure. I think some of the weirdest ones, you got to have.
That one's awesome.
Yeah, the R2s.
R2 van with the little pop up whatever, and then the Luke counterpart.
I've seen the Luke one.
Yeah, and then the big Falcon, which still people think is one of the best Falcon kits out there to this day. It's great. Then the snap tight, you get snap tight stuff, which is pretty dope. So you get the glue stuff and the snap tight stuff. There's the snap.
I think that C3PO is one of my favorites ever.
Which one, Joel?
The C3PO.
Oh, the 3PO. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I attempted to make one of these that actually is the R2 back here. I attempted to do one of these a while back.
Yep.
And the pieces were so brittle, it broke on me in the first hour, and I gave up.
Did you?
I had that one as a kid. I remember that was my first smell of the tester's glue.
That smells so good.
Yes.
I'm frustrated with it because I wanted it done now, and it wasn't like that.
Yes, sir. You're right.
Scott would know the YouTube guy that did that, but he did this. He took that R2 kit and he pulled out all the pieces, and he didn't build it. He just put all the pieces out in like a shadow box.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh, that's cool.
It was so cool. Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah, it was like an exploded view.
Yeah, exploded view of how it came out of the box. He put the instructions with it. It looked really damn cool.
That's dope.
Oh, there we go.
I was a Micro Machines guy. I don't know anybody else on the channel tonight.
Oh hell yeah! Dude.
I've got pretty much almost all of the Micro Machines. The little I would call them like a diorama, but you opened them up, and they might have been heads and ships and all this.
Yeah,
and I've got pretty much all of those in box.
Dude,
there's this
man. This is right
Yeah.
up my
There's a few that have eluded me, but these things are so killer good on the
Death
detail.
Star is awesome, where you push the lever and it totally flips open.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. I think one of my favorite designs has got to be probably the R2 that opens up into the palace. Like that's so. But yeah. Then this is an original pendants and rings and necklace display. I don't know if you guys remember these back in the day. We're talking circa early 80s. I've almost got all this completed, but yeah.
CTO was loose, right? The arms were loose, and
Yes. And this is the original display for him too. So the little shadow box.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't remember them being color.
Yeah. They're actually quite detailed too. I mean, look at the boba.
Those are freaking cool.
That does neat. I've got like kind of just what we did as a kid. We'd have our boxes in the closet, whatever, if we kept the boxes, all that sort of stuff here. And then we get into my carded. So all of my carded, this is my Jedi carded case. And these are all graded on card, rather. Yep. Got some variations of like, what do you call it? The mail-aways. I've got the Emperor mail-away. I've got the Anakin mail-away.
Mm-hmm. Dude, there was a lot of baggy ones back in the day.
Oh my God, the bags, the mailers and the bags, especially when Jedi came around.
I had a metric shit ton of them.
Crazy amount. You can see I've got some baggies here, and I've got like this is how nerdy I get. You've got the lapel with the camo and the non-camo lapel on.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you can see that, but
yeah, you can.
Yeah. And then I'll be honest, I'll admit it, I love bootleg. So one of my bootlegs would be the Star Knight, Vader on a motorcycle, police motorcycle.
Damn.
Star Knight.
Yeah, the Star Knight. Yeah, well, I'm sure that was all legally produced, right?
Star Knight. That's
awesome. Cool Pez. That's the only Pez I've got. Well, actually, that's not true. I've got some mini Pez. I got the big Pez. Here's some more of the Gentle Giants. I kept my Bobas together.
Oh, you got
in
the
here
there too. The production.
And then and then I've got a Kim Simmons. Another Kim Simmons.
Nice.
This is just a random dungeon play set with Clay 2 and I think Nikto. And then what collection is complete without the Ladies of Star Wars playing card set?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Friday night, boys, right there.
That's
there you
a
go.
spank bank one right there.
Oh man, I'll tell you. So this is oddball. But we remember this as a kid, right? The Burger King glasses, the plastic cups, the soaps, the gum, the candy. There's one of the loose candies.
Yeah. One of the first things I remember though is the sheets, my bed sheets. Were the
Sheets,
Star Wars
yes. I don't have a sheet yet because I'm kind of a germaphobe and I'm afraid to buy that stuff. Like I just beaten in the box. I'm like, I don't really want to buy it. But anyway, the stamps, the tins with candy. These are bubble bath. Just got some games back there. There's a couple of Atari cartridges in box.
Wow.
And then just some more. These just came together really good, like these collages. I love how they came together.
Your collection. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Jeff. No, I was going to say your collection is
Go ahead,
like
Scott.
Gus Lopez, Robin Baccarat put together, plus the other stuff that so many other people collect, like the ships and the statues and things, the hot toys. You've got to have this. Has got to be one of the most extensive collections I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, this is a 5-year plan here.
Yeah, but it's like,
yeah, I know, right? I don't know if you guys recall. I mean, I've had Duncan Jenkins to my house. He's a Kansas Cityan, and so he's right here in my hometown, more or less. And to have Duncan walk through my collection, we're calling out things together, like, oh, you have this, you have that, and he was very humbled by my stuff, and I was more than humbled to have him in my collection room. Right. Yeah. I mean, he and Gus are gods, right? They're the godfathers of all of this. So, yeah, but no, Scott, that means a ton, man. It does. I really appreciate it.
Frankie says Steve Sansweet is watching and wondering who is this upstart.
Well, I tell you what, I've been to Rancho, and I would encourage any one of us who has the opportunity, get yourself up to Northern California and go to Rancho.
Yeah.
It's just beyond incredible, because it's where it all started, right? This is where all this began for us.
Yeah.
So Joel's going to recognize that guy.
Sure am.
That came from the Hazy household.
Went to a good place.
Wow.
And this is one of those things where you put it like on a line. Remember these things, and they took off.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, weird, right? So there's a snow speeder of this, and this was. I've only seen one of these, and I'm the one that has it. I've never seen one out there in the wild.
I was gonna say I've never seen one either. I've seen like Spider-Man and shit like that. But
Yes, yeah.
I tried doing that with my Kenner one. So I popped the glass out of the canopy and I ran fishing line from the top of my bunk bed to my door. And that's why even though we still have the original one, that's why it's missing the plastic in the middle. The clear
nice. Yeah. So here's my Power of the Force carded. I'm missing only a couple. So my Power of the Force mocks, I've got those kind of scattered about. Here's my Empire mocks. I've got a good ways to go on the Empire line, but you can see back in there.
I think if Joey's still watching, he just spit out his old fashioned.
Yeah, right.
Then baggy. See, I got down another rabbit hole because we all know what that is. I got into baggies. The one cool thing, though, I am excited about, I have the baggie from 1979 of Boba.
That is a rare one. I never had that one. All the other ones I have there.
With the insert about, I'm sorry, parents, we had to actually change our design because of safety. So
because of Mego or whoever it was.
Because of Mego, yeah, because of what was the line?
It was Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica. That's right. Yeah, kid died on that, and so Mego ruined that one. So we know the story. Like, the rocket never got out in the public, but this was the first issued baggie line of Boba in a mailer, and this was the insert explaining, like, well, here's what it is. So that's really that's my prize baggie. Is that guy right there?
That's probably one of the rarest.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know they're out there in different. There's different like generations of them, but I know where my New Hope stuff is. I was looking for my R2, but then just some rando stuff here. I don't know why this is modern, but it's Porkins. So I had to grab Porkins.
I just saw that at my last Comic-Con.
Yep, puffy stickers. There's what we could have had.
Is that the comb that you just passed by?
Yeah,
the Avon. Oh wow,
that's it. The comb, and the keeper, no less. Yeah, you got a keeper for your comb. Do you remember these little spongy toys? They're kind of rubbery.
Yeah, I have some of those still.
Yep. This is so Hasbro did the Bacta, even though Kenner had a prototype, which was incredible. We never saw, but Hasbro did the Bacta tank, and then there's the original.
I'm doing a 6 scale of
Trooper.
that.
Are you really, Joel? Oh
yeah,
man,
I'm looking at it over on the shelf.
Oh, that's killer. And then that kind of wraps up the toy closet. Oh, I've got a little growth chart here unopened on the wall. Remember those as a kid?
You need a vault door in front of that instead of a.
I know. Right? I'm such a nerd that I've got several calendars unopened, but I have the original 77 calendar open to my birth month, and I've got that just pinned up in here.
Cool.
Yeah, a little nostalgia there coming through also. All right, so I'm going to walk us back to the other side.
But wait, there's more.
Last room, guys.
I feel like this is like a Chinese purse place.
Chinese purse.
Like you keep opening walls and shit, and there's cool
right.
Come back here with me. We have Louis Vuitton.
Let me come into the
Right,
let me come into the room.
Cabinet, correct? The bottom lights on your cabinets and stuff. You did all that?
Oh yeah, I did all that lighting. Basically, that's Hue lighting behind it, but I found these really cool pillbox, little like storage boxes. And I'm like, that's very Death Star-y. So I just lined them across the whole base of my cabinetry to hide the wires and give it a cool, like, ambient light aesthetic.
The rug is awesome.
Yeah, that rug is from our man at Rebel Scum. Yep.
That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, he started getting into more than just apparel, which is pretty cool, right? So let me back up though, and I'll kind of walk us left to right, and then so diorama. Joel, this was a Joel and Brian collab, which I just am absolutely in love with still. So cool.
Droopy. Miss Droopy.
Droopy came out so good, so good. Couple different. So this was released from B&G recently, the Macquarie radio program print. Slave Leia, our girl here. I forget the artist. I think this is it John Bale? I want to say Balle, Bale or Bale. I met him at a con not too long ago. And got that really beautiful piece there. Then we've got some this is all sort of a mixture of a lot of foreign stuff in some of these cabinets, but original Don Post of the 78, I think 78, and then the Colin Cantwell, which I actually have Jeff to thank for these Cantwells. These came from Jeff.
Amazing.
Yep. Two of them. I got two of those actually from Jeff. And then I've got panning over here. I've actually got Lucasfilm Christmas cards.
I got the figures that came with those cards.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's cool. Yeah, the Macquarie, both Macquarie work. Yeah,
there's one with Jawas too. I got all three of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then the holiday album that actually has Macquarie artwork as well. Here's a large clapper of Simon's down here. Another revenge clapper. I can't remember this scene. I should have these on the back of them so I can remember. I don't recall it, but yeah. Then there's these really cool, like, just variations. These are little Japanese trading cards from, say, circa, I think, like 1980, 81. And look how tiny they are. Cool. Yeah, that was neat.
They remind me of those little, like, baseball, like, tobacco cards.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Like the Honus Wagner, type.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Here's some cool customs. I think a couple of these came from Stan Solo. We got the sisters. And then the random weird little mic that Lando has in Cloud City.
Dan Solo did some amazing work.
He did. Yeah, he really did. There's the Skyhopper that I still have the Eaton decals I need to put on as well as weather it, but I've yet to get that done. But a very good little piece from Disney. The Skyhopper is really good. And then these are some Italian trading cards that were like two halves. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was saying, what's with the bottom half? Who wants that?
Very distinct.
Match the member to the member. Yeah.
Well, imagine opening it up as a kid. You open up your pack as a kid and you see the legs and like, what the hell is this? Like, I don't want that. Right? So yeah, and the same would be for her.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then back here, this is actually where I kind of work and play down here. This is my little bench. I'm actually working. I've pulled these that Cantina band apart, Joel, and I've got some heads.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I've got. I'll show you how far I've gotten on the band, but I've got like a couple more left.
I got a chair printed up if you need it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, actually, I could probably use that chair. Actually, this is the Merlin that I have been just procrastinating on, but I need to finish it. These are original store displays of Macquarie from the more modern line, like the Power of the Force 2 line.
Are you kidding me? Aren't
these cool? These display headers.
They're gorgeous. Yeah. That X-ray looks amazing.
Yeah, I got those on. So these would have been like, this would have hung from the ceiling because they've got little perforation holes there. And then this would have been, who knows, this could have been on a display stand or a wall or whatever.
You don't know what store it was.
No, I don't know what. No, I'm not really sure.
I've never seen those. Those are cool.
Yeah. But again, anything Macquarie, I'm all in.
Jolie wearing Leechmere. No, just kidding.
This was
clock. That's awesome.
fun little clock. This was from Celebration 2017, 15, several celebrations ago.
I don't know
And
about
that was
you,
like,
but if you were like high looking at those eyes, you'd sit there and just
yeah.
on that
There's
shit.
not a Star Wars collector.
Isn't he cool? That's one of the exclusives that year. And then this is a custom sign of our favorite
Oh, that's
attraction.
nice.
Yep.
The tours one.
So cool.
For that.
Yours truly here with the old Jedi and the new Jedi, the young Jedi, whatever. And that was from
That's probably a
Chicago.
precious piece right there.
Hey, Trent, you had another family member stop by. Say hey.
Oh, hi. Hey there.
She says it all looks amazing, Trent. Great job.
Cool. This is from Jacques, and he did a lot of Batman work for the various comic lines out there over the years, but probably one of my favorite impressions of that scene. Just some random pins. I kind of got down a rabbit hole of pins there for a time, and then
I got a bunch of fig pins too.
Big pin. I've got fig pins behind me. In fact, I've since stopped, but I love the sort of the random shapes of some of these.
The animated
Suncoast,
cool.
or is it not? No, it's not Suncoast. It's Coast West Coast Designs.
West Coast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do some badass work.
The Panda Dragon one's awesome.
West Coast.
Oh yeah, isn't that cool?
That's
yeah.
freaking sick.
That one is cool.
Again, some goofy customs. Don't we all
like
know
the one
it,
that
right?
they sent you, J2SO.
This is proof of that right there. And then I got the little data card, there.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah. This is actually one of my favorite custom takes on the whole. Look
at the
Leia and R2.
Yeah,
work is awesome.
I'm not doing such a great job showing this. It's a pretty long piece, but look at that. Isn't that great?
So
is that
Christian Wagner?
Wagner, yeah.
This is Wagner. That's right. Mm-hmm.
I like the burnished aluminum look on it.
Yeah. Incredible look.
That's awesome.
And then these are the Palmolive. I think these are Palmolive or Cascade. I want to say these were promotional posters from the original trilogy. Original prints here. You would have found these, I guess, maybe in the toy section, or hell, these could have been in like the house goods section. But they were made by Palmolive, of all things. Or no, it's not Palmolive. I think it's Cascade.
Yeah.
So detergent.
Soft hands. This is soft hands. So.
Yeah, right. And then panning back to the other side here. Of course, we all know this piece.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just probably. Actually, I think that for me, that studio's best work. I would say.
Yeah.
Just the weight of that thing is insane. And then I found this studio print. This was basically a screen test, and I thought, how cool is this of this guy? Just standing there holding his blaster. So
dude, they dried his shirt in the hot.
Right?
Yeah.
Sleeve.
Oh yeah. 6 scale speeder by Sophie Rose, UK creator and model maker. Great work.
Wow.
Paired up nicely with the Hot Toys. She did a bang up job on that.
Hell yeah.
She does do great stuff.
Oh, her paint is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Here's another terrible bootleg. This is called the Star Raker. Not to be confused with the Moonraker or any of this, but
is the remote like a gun?
The remote is a gun.
Oh, that is sick.
The remote's a gun, and the thing rolls on wheels, and it looks very similar to a TIE fighter, wouldn't you say? So,
yeah,
with the ray gun. Here's some more bootleg that's super cool. This is yes, yeah. I have not looked for this on YouTube. I'm sure there's a recording, a stream of it to watch it one night when I'm bored. But yeah,
God, you're gonna have
Mad Mustangs.
Is the Obi-Wan next to him tickling the stormtrooper?
Oh yeah. So these are actually from Meccano, and these were inserts. These aren't actually bootlegs. So back here, these were inserts in magazines. French. Meccano was the French license holder, and you can see there's some weird shit going on, right? Like what's going on here?
I think Vader and Obi-Wan are drunk.
Yeah, why is Luke sitting down watching them? Also,
well, this gets even weirder because 3PO is carrying Leia away, and I don't know what's going on here. So this is why I love the international stuff.
Vader's like whipping them while they're walking away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know, right? Like enjoying watching, or I don't know what's going on there. So this is a press packet. It's hard to see this, but this is for Revenge of the Jedi. A press packet back here, and the envelope says the saga continues, and then this is this whole early release. Then these press books. I've got 2 variations of the original 77 press books. And what's cool is that they have a slightly different color.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why I just thought the variants were really slick.
You've been hanging out with Brian too much.
I know, right? Yeah, precisely. The variants. Probably, arguably, the lamest playset they ever made. Just a fold-up piece of cardboard. But it's original from 78, I believe it is. Then there's more of these really cool Panini Italian cards, and I just love the scenes that they depicted. The cockpit scene, and then the post Alderaan boom boom scene there. Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So then here we are. So this is a Yin's diorama of the cantina. I'll get in here tight. Those are the ones I've already modified the heads and the hands on, Joel. And these are actually from Cash.
Wow, those are great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, I think Joel stepped away. But anyway, yeah, I'm starting to build these in. I've just got a little bit more work to do. And then paired up nicely with the autograph of the guys. Tippett, Berg, all the dudes who played the band.
That's awesome.
So kind of wrapping up the end of the room here. I was kind of move quickly. I've got Japanese movie tickets. These are pretty fun. I'm on the hunt for an Empire.
Wow.
But those are the stubs. I mean, look at the deck. I mean, our movie tickets over here. So, well, we don't even have tickets anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But ours were boring in comparison to the ones that were over there.
Yep.
And cassettes, CDs. What are those? Here's a little 45 from Japanese issue of portions of the soundtrack, the score, VHS and beta of the trilogy.
Hell yeah.
Bunch of Japanese issued stuff. Takara, love Takara stuff. Different random takes on R2, the wind up R2. That one's pretty sought after. Then the radio controlled R2, he's pretty good size. And then this is a funny promotional. It's called the Cobot. Coca-Cola did a RC 3-legged droid, which is basically R2 with a Coke wrapper on him. The Cobot, yeah. So, Star Tours. I don't know if these are in the park much anymore. They used to be all over the park, and they depicted different scenes from the galaxy. And of course, I had to get the Bespin.
Mm-hmm.
So, love that print. Again, Macquarie work. Here's some other stuff, just some Ewok pieces. This was a ton of fun as a kid. The Death Star racing set. So it was like the Hot Wheels, the kind we all used to have.
Yeah.
Yep. But Death Star cars. And you can see what's cool is Vader's car is his tie. And you put his tie on the track and it crashed and did all this stuff. Lots of fun. Some Don Cooper masks, Halloween masks. This one's kind of fun. It's the Revenge of the Jedi with Clay 2. So Revenge stuff was out there in the wild for a time.
Yep.
Until they pulled it all back.
Hey Scott, wouldn't it be cool if Mezco got those or who? NECA? No, NECA did those with their
NECA. Yeah.
Badass.
They did the other ones, like the Batman and the Superman and all that.
Yeah, a whole bunch of those. Yeah.
Yep. So then here's just some fun little some modern. I don't have a ton of moderns, but these kind of caught my eye back in the day. These are the little
Muddy Mugs.
Muddy Mugs. Yep.
Yeah, those are cool.
They're cool.
I think they're cute. Yeah.
Is that Tarkin?
Tarkin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Tarkin. There you go. That's for Evan. There's Tarkin.
I like the Conan too.
And then look at the Luke, how bad he looks. He's got a beat up eye and all this, right?
Is that Conan next to him? The red hair?
That is Conan. That is a X-wing pilot Conan.
Comic-Con exclusive.
Yep, Comic-Con exclusive.
I was mad I couldn't get
David says, how many crackheads have been looking up items on eBay while watching Trent's Club? Frankie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. There's
How about
there's one of Vince's pieces. If like I said, I'd highly recommend Vince for anything. He's so good with helmets, with troopers, essentially, right? Costume wear. These are a bunch of exclusives over the years at Celebration. These are highly sought after pins and coins. They're actually not little pins; they're just these little metal doodads.
Oh yeah,
that people
Loop
collect.
upside down.
Yeah, upside down. There are dozens of these. I only have a small fraction of what's out there in the wild.
It's like Star Wars is South Park.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, Scott. Yeah, for sure.
Just to Boudreaux's comment there, yeah, I was doing that. I'm guilty.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
Totally guilty.
There's some of my.
I can't remember the artist of this, and you're sitting there getting ready to type, and you're like, "Damn it! Come on, Trent, remember this."
Yeah, sorry. Fig pins. I think Joel, you mentioned fig pins. I went on a. Yeah, I went on. They're really great detail actually, and they display very, very nicely. They're very pretty for display. Now, I think J2, we were talking about these a long time ago. These are some of these are the Hot Wheels, the Mattel, I think. Like they're the die cast, and they're extremely well detailed for.
I think the first ones that did them were the who was it? It was the Micro Dude people.
Micro Squadron.
Galoob did a bunch of them.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't remember if these are Micro. I think some of these are Hot Wheels, and then maybe Micro Squadron as well. But then just I've left these in card.
There's
little Boba Run there. There's this one was kind of hard to get. People
that middle one, yeah. I was just geeking out on that.
Yep. And then some Stan Solo down here. Of course, we got the Lucas and Trooper on card. I had to keep
that's
that
a mail away, isn't it?
As a mail away, yeah.
I think I got
and
one
then these are Stan Solo, so these are the Slave Leia interpretations of her. And then this is probably one of the funnest beat 'em up, fight games, whatever.
That's awesome.
Rock'em robots.
Rock'em sock'em, yeah. Isn't that great? So panning over a little further, we got again a lot of the Gentle Giant.
That's actually cool. That Yoda and the Santa Claus outfit.
Yep. Yeah, that's the McQuarrie. That's a tribute to the McQuarrie.
I got a sideshow one.
Oh, of the
6-scale sideshow.
6-scale of the okay, yeah. I forgot they did that of the holiday Yoda, didn't they?
Yeah.
Here's a bunch of random books. There's a kite. There's a baking pan in here. I've got some of the cartridges still in box.
Oh yeah, brother.
64 SNES, N64, PC, early PC. These cool little clocks. Can you see that, Vader? Cool little Lego clocks that were issued for a time. Here's some good bootleg. You got basically the Galaxy Empire, excuse me. I don't know if you can see these, but these are just wonderfully terrible.
Look at the one in the black suit is awesome.
Oh yeah, look how bad. Like yeah. he looks like RoboCop, but then
What is his weapon? It looks like a metal paper airplane.
I think I don't really know what the hell it is, but yeah.
What is that?
Isn't it awesome? Yeah.
Like, oh, I forgot about the pickups of the week. Better start brewing some coffee.
Yeah.
Tonight, I'm sure.
Here's another awesome bootleg, the Space Saucer.
GD.
And that just shoots discs at people, so you could easily put your sister's eye out or something with that thing.
Oh yeah, we used to annoy the shit out of my sister with
this.
Yeah.
I used to shoot kids with the Jango Fett one.
This is actually probably one of my favorite bootlegs. It's quite old. I believe it's Brazilian, and it's essentially just a ray gun. But they slapped Han and Luke's image on it and called it the Galaxia, whatever. Isn't that cool?
Funny.
Yeah. Here's a little library of some of those books and things I mentioned that I've got in the past. This is full of Topps loose cards. I've got series 2, 3, 4, and 5 in this album. Working slowly on the remainder of loose stuff. Just takes a long time to kind of acquire it. This is basically what you're looking at here. This is the Italian one sheet. Isn't that beautiful artwork?
Leia looking all sexy with the leg.
I know, right?
Green outfit.
Look at Luke, man. He didn't skip leg day. Badass.
He's like Clash of the Titans meets Star Wars.
I don't know, man. Like those golden locks. Gorgeous, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then this is essentially the what I call like the Wall of Fame here, right? So this is a bunch of autographs. Some fine day, I'm going to have to make room for that Falcon that Hector's been running for now a couple of years, I guess. It's been almost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at least 2 years it's been going on. So I was going to message. Did anybody know actually when he's planning to close that project? It's got to be close, right?
So it's full.
No, it's already full. The picture's full. I don't know how he's going to fit more names. So.
He's still doing orders.
Is he still? Okay, wow.
I think 2 more names just dropped this week, I think.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I just got my Lauren. I got my Lauren Peterson in just yesterday. St. Crawler. Yeah. But that's maybe one of my favorite signed pieces of the two of these guys. That's just a great shot of them.
Well, the best friends still, aren't they?
I think so. I think they're super good buds. Mm-hmm. As the wife and I at our local con a couple of years ago, got to meet him. Super cool dude. Some of this came from the IC, the pilots. I do have my Dennis Lawson, just got to get it up on the wall. But we got Garrick, Biggs, we got Garrick. We just, I think we just lost.
Yep.
Yes.
Angus.
Mm-hmm. And then here's John Morton, Dak. The Ben Burt's great. So anyway, a lot of these came by way of Imperial Walker Inc. and then just some other acquisitions over the years. Some of them in person, some of them through third party. The Joe Johnson concept boba is great. So
what is that?
Oh, that's Joel.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I muted it. I normally mute it. I apologize.
I thought that was me. So a lot of kids' books in here, the novels, Splitter of the Mind's Eye. We probably all know the story about that. That was the sequel, right? Yep. Some more Topps cards, the masks. Anybody ever have the Punch-Out masks?
Oh, cool.
Those are fun. Yeah. What else? We got some flip books, the mix and match flip books. Those are fun stuff. Joel, you mentioned the Burger King, I think. Here's the Burger King stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
There's the stickers, the sticker sheets. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Yeah. And then here's, if you were in the Star Wars Club, you see the patch back there. You got one of those nifty patches, early 80s.
Oh, that's cool.
I got one of the pins where the land speeder goes across and floats from one end to the other.
Yes, yeah, I know the piece. I know that one. Talk about some weird, just but beautifully detailed. These were in Japan only. They are toppers for Pepsi bottles that they sold exclusively as just sets for the artwork for the toppers. And look at this. They put little figures on each one. I don't know if you can really see that very well.
Oh, yeah.
See the Jabba? Isn't that wild? The detail.
Damn, there's a lot of them.
We had a lot of them. And we never saw this stuff in the U.S.
No.
Yeah.
No, we drink our soda too fast. Like they're like, they don't need that.
Yeah, but I mean, they actually like made it art, which is so cool.
That definitely is not fitting in your fridge with that topper on.
No, I know, right? And then Hot Wheels did this real cool run for a while where they did an homage to McQuarrie also on vehicles.
Dang, that white one is killer.
Next to the Rancor van.
Cool.
Yeah, and then is that the one, Scott?
Yeah, either one of the white ones on the other side of the van.
The Dagobah, yeah. And then they've got the goofy truck with the Tuscans on it. So, and almost done here. I've got some Sigma ceramics. Sigma ceramics are just gorgeous.
I love that Java.
Isn't that Java cool? There's a ton of these out there, and I will say some of the more rare ones that I've come across, that Tauntaun was extremely hard to find in good shape.
Yeah.
This is a toothbrush holder
Oh,
crap.
that you mount it to the wall in your kids' bathroom. And then there's a soap dish, which is our
Land speeder. That's
our
so
land speeder guys kicking it in the land
I remember
speeder.
this book dish. That was pretty cool.
Here's a pencil tray of a sexy 3PO doing his thing. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, does he have boobs? He has
You know,
boobs.
sensitive
Yeah, he
boobs.
does. He has nipples for sure. And I guess here, let me see if I can get it. There we go.
And he makes a big deal out of the
Oh.
goldenrod one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming up on goldenrod, Joel. I'm coming to goldenrod. We'll finish the tour with goldenrod.
That's funny.
But yeah, you had like candle holders and obviously just the figures, and I don't know what that is, like a little pencil holder too, or whatever. And then the placemats back there. Sigma they just did such good work. There's a bank, all the cups.
The C3PO is amazing.
I don't have the tape dispenser. He's out there. I just can't justify what the market wants for it. But the tape dispenser is one of those very sought after pieces.
That one is weird too.
Yeah, they're both like
Yeah.
C3PO.
How about how weird and disturbing this is? So this is McCall's patterns.
Yes.
Your whole family could dress up, and that's
Vader,
kind of-
man. That's
Is
Vader.
that a Jawa just doing blackface? What's going on there?
Yeah, that's
Look
so
at that.
weird.
I don't know.
Wow.
The only one that looks semi-normal is the Leia costume.
Yeah, the Leia looks fine. The rest are very disturbing.
And Leia looks pissed.
God.
She's like, I didn't want to be this at all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, very likely that.
I hate my husband.
Big
Wow.
cookie jar there, and then here's where we'll kind of wrap on this.
Wow, man.
This is the first 12
Look at that.
in the display, and that's the display that you could get as part of a mail away, actually. And what's cool about this, Juan Pablo, who does micro vintage, is his handle on Facebook. Look him up. He does these really cool, detailed, carded versions.
Jeff did a giveaway of some of those.
I did.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Aren't those
Not carded,
awesome?
but
Yeah. And then I've got loose ones with a little miniature Vader case.
That's cool.
Isn't that fun?
I can make a bunch of those for you too if you want more.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I just love his detail, and the carding is so good. But here's my small bit of first. Well, I'm going up to the first 21, but there's that R2 I mentioned earlier that wife surprised me with as a wedding
That is
present.
badass.
And it's gorgeous. It's my best. It's actually one of my best mocks I've got in my collection.
That's not very accessible with a house fire.
I know. A whole lot of this is that situation, honestly. But here's more tops, just some random like ones that I really enjoy the scenery. I need to figure out how to redisplay these. But there is one of the original diecast, first run diecast ships in car.
The one to the left is the one I had when I was a kid.
As well as the Vader tie. Mm-hmm.
I love that one.
They did for the first film. They did the land speeder, the X-wing, the tie, the Vader tie, and the Falcon.
Joseph.
Hey, what's going on, Joseph?
Joseph.
Hey, Joseph, what's up, brother? And then the Jedi vinyl, which is kind of one of the more rare vinyls you can find out there. Not a lot of them. I guess the production was kind of slowed down by the end of that run.
Yeah.
But then kind of wrapping up some of the vintage in this case, I've got the remember these battle games where they kind of it was like a Simon version of a game where you could it wasn't Battleship, but anyway, kind of a cool. I got that actually off of a prop store auction of all things, boxed, and then of course I had to get a Besman World complete.
That's freaking sick. I didn't know they did a box like that.
Yep. Yeah, and that's got all three of the pieces: the gantry and the freeze chamber. And then here's a complete box of not only I have the candy heads, but I have the tins.
Wow!
Oh, badass, dude!
Yeah, the tins.
I was going to ask if you had a complete box of those.
Yep. And then okay.
You're
well, yep. Just wait.
Stupid.
There's the Lauren that just came in today. I got to figure out where to put him. But Joel, you were mentioning our boy Goldenrod.
Goldenrod, there he is.
There he
See, and
is.
he freaks
There's
out about
Goldenrod.
that one. And look at that sexy picture of the pencil tray. He's okay with that one.
I know, right? But these are some of the more just like the graded tops cards that I really fancy, and I have those in case. Then here's my Gentle Giant family.
You know what? I never knew the X-Wing Skywalker actually helmet came off. I never knew that.
Yes, yeah, it does. I've got his helmet tucked in there somewhere. Well, I can't really see it, but anyway. It's kind of funny how the droids didn't scale the same way to the figures, the humans and creatures, but it doesn't matter. I love the detail of how Gentle Giant did this work. And I mean, I'd love to have kept these all in their blister, but just no way on the space.
Yeah, you can always put them back though. I mean,
Yeah,
they packaged them really well.
But yeah, I think they display out nicely. It's kind of grouped up.
Oh yeah, I had all those.
That AT-AT driver looks so sad.
Oh,
sad.
Yeah, I mean, it looks so sad.
Yeah.
He needs a
sad because he's on the bottom.
In the bottom. Of course, Besman McQuarrie, can't get enough McQuarrie, and then I have like we've seen the card sets, and I had these framed.
Those were really cool.
Yeah, I actually have the complete set here of the postcards. Nice. I just never opened those. I don't plan to open those, but they just display so nicely. If you can get your hands on that postcard box set, you can just stash these anywhere in your collection. They just look so good. And of course, now B&G released that in acrylic, which I had to pick up. So then another great collab with Hector, the Marsha Lucas, and the whole build up at the brief chamber. Yeah. And then I think we are back to the start, guys. So
all right, I have to ask Trent, how many square feet is this basement?
That's a great question. I'm
going to say 2,000.
If I had to speculate, all the rooms here, the two side rooms, I'd say probably at least between 1,500 and 2,000. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a great space, man. I mean, it's just.
I would say
everywhere you look, it's something new.
Our whole house is 1,100 square feet.
Hey, before you go down the stairs, you need to put like a Narnia closet in front of the stairway.
Right.
And you can only open the door if the lights are lit up.
This is only the Star Wars collection.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of this?
This is all the work over the last. Now it's been a little over 5 years. So.
Wow.
That is a huge feat for 5 years, dude.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, that's
beautiful.
Astronomical.
Thank you, guys. I mean, listen, I've taken advice from all you guys' input and even your creations, and it's all here. It's all part of the one thing. That's what I love about it. So
it's an amazing collection.
Absolutely
awesome.
Yeah.
Hands down, blown away. This is the first time I got to see it, and I'm blown
this
away.
makes me want to go to Kansas City just to see this.
Guys, come on, anytime. Get on out here.
I'm going to get on a tornado tomorrow.
Get to it.
Right up all the way down.
Yep.
Justin Jacobs, go good grief. Only 5 years.
I know.
Well, the thing is, he's very focused. I mean, that's the whole thing. Very focused and can do it.
Yeah.
And an awesome wife that supports you. That is
yes. Can't say that.
You won't let him put anything in the house.
Can't say that enough. That is absolutely spot on.
I got the same, so.
Yep.
Hands down to the high command.
It's just it's so clean and displayed so well. It's awesome.
Well, no, I appreciate it. I mean, I couldn't even tell you guys how many iterations of what you just saw I went through with cabinetry.
Oh,
oh my God. I don't know how many. And I finally landed on the black Besta.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the formalness of it. Some people kind of think it constrains, it kind of chokes the piece, and it can, depending upon what you're doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
But, when I put in this island, for example, I mean, I knew I was like, okay, I can't do with just cases along the wall. Right. So I came up with this idea of putting in these Bestas in the middle. and it creates a real cool walking space too through the room. You know,
I think it fits your collection, Trent, because you do collages of stuff, right? Which is
yes,
like it fits that area because you get that little picture of that square cubic area, and then you move to the next little square cubic area, right?
Yes.
So
Yep. Yeah, it flows that way.
Really good. Yeah,
absolutely. No, I appreciate it.
And when Joseph says that now I'm totally ashamed of myself.
Joseph, you should be if your stuff is still in boxes downstairs.
Well, we're gonna get. This is the year Joseph's gonna get his cabinetry going. I guarantee you. So we're gonna make it happen. But
yeah, Joseph, do better.
right. But no, yeah. So that's the room, guys.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Let me put us back in the regular mode.
I'm gonna flip to the laptop because I'm running on fumes on this phone. So I'll be right back.
Go for it, dude.
Amazing.
All right, cool. So let's all get off before he comes back. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
Come back. Nobody here.
Blown away.
Definitely an amazing collection. Holy moly!
Well, like I said, it reminds me of Gus Lopez. You know, with Robin Bacra, I think those kind. Plus other collections that you guys have or we all have or whatever. It's like everything's sitting there. It just absolutely blows me away.
I'm freaking blown away.
Yeah, the way he has it displayed is it's well displayed.
And I'm with Joseph. I'm ashamed of my collection.
You got better, Joel. What are you talking about? You've over the last couple months, you've been putting
just one wall.
You got shelves now.
Yeah, you got shelves.
You're not tripping on the floor anymore.
Oh no, I'm still tripping, dude.
At least not on camera.
Tripping, dude.
You're tripping.
Like my wife said when she was at your house, I would be much more accommodating if it looked like this. But I see the foam, I see the fur, I see that. There's shit everywhere on the floor.
She's like, pick up a Ewok for you. Like, that's the dog, actually. And she's like, oh, shit. Oh, he's back. Oh, quit talking shit, guys.
Yeah, so man, thank you, Trent. We're just talking about how much we admire your collection and how well it's displayed.
Yeah, totally blown away, dude.
Appreciate it, guys. It means a lot. This just means a ton to share it with y'all. Love it.
I was saying I'm with Joseph. I'm ashamed of my collection, my display.
Nice. No, I mean, in fact, I've been kicking around ideas under that Jazz Inc. Snow speeder because I have it kind of boosted up with clear acrylics, and I want to actually create some sort of a snowy base around it, snowy, rocky, Hoth-like looking.
Yeah.
But it's tough because the first world problems coming at you here, right? But so I've got the and the ship is not centered over the cabinetry because of where the stud was. Because I don't know if you all saw, but I mounted that thing with a TB arm.
Yeah.
Like one of those arms that it does all these different movements. So that thing is mounted underneath it with I had to flip the TV arm upside down, and then it's mounted that way so it rests like this rather than it being like parallel to the wall. Right? Well, the problem is the stud wasn't on center over my cabinet, so that means the ship kind of doesn't land right over the cabinetry where I could have filled that all in with a nice snowy foam or what have you. I have to kind of center it off a bit, whatever. So it's just little stuff like that, right? That, you always look at something and go, ooh, what can I do? What can I do? So
not necessarily. I mean, I understand the symmetry part of it, but it's like, you know how you've seen like pictures where it goes past the border or whatever, it's coming out. That would be that. Right. If you do the snowy part on the actual cabinet and the snow speeder's past that, I think it would look like it's flying past that. I think that would be cool.
Or you can offset it with a tauntaun skeleton laying on the snow base.
Yeah, something.
We'll bounce ideas.
You're muted, Trent.
Can't hear
you. No, he's there. I think it's the connection.
Yeah. Speak. Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
His band. He took up the bandwidth for Kansas City on that tour.
Yeah, tornado hit. Still cut.
No, if you just move your mouth though, Joel will ad lib for you.
Yeah.
It's all good. That's probably a sign that we should call it a night.
I'm sure it is insured. If I'd known, I should have gotten Trent autographed when I met him in IRL.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I need a Trent autograph.
No.
Now we
There
can
he is.
hear
He's back. There you go.
Yeah, he's
Gotcha.
coming in and out. Well, Trent, I think that is our cue to call it a night, man. Don't go away. Just hang out in the green room. We're gonna skip the community pickups tonight because we're what 3 hours 20 minutes in.
Yeah, we'll have to do
That was
community
awesome.
pickup just next week alone.
Yeah, we'll do
that
that.
was
That'll be
awesome.
There's like 100. There's over 100 posts. Just for
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
We'll
the
have to start at
community
5
pickup.
o'clock.
That's funny. But yeah, thanks, Trent, for sticking out. Scott, man, good to see you again. Go if you guys don't follow Janine, go follow her on social media. Go, support the berries. Go buy some merch.
Mhm.
And continue to go hit up that GoFundMe. So yeah, good. Thanks, guys, for hanging out.
Thank you.
Good to see you guys. It's always a good time.
Boudreaux, you're nice to see you, Boudreaux.
Hell yeah. So good night, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Community
Great
pickup.
weekend.
See ya.
Peace.